Well, happy Friday, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Welcome in. Let's get our heads right on a Friday. Good to be here with you. And 4 more hours of the Ben and Woods program this week. Be back at it full strength next week. And then the week after that will be the final week of Ben and Woods for the 2025 season. Looking forward to getting some time off around the holidays. That'll last all of about 48 hours, I think, and then I'll be ready to get back to work. But to be able to shut it down, spend some time with the kids, the wife, all that. But I'll miss you guys, certainly, and I'll miss the tier ones. And probably going to do a live member stream over the holidays. So now's a good time to sign up and become a member so you don't miss the holiday content that you'll get from Ben and Woods. But, man, there's a lot going on, man. We got a lot of stuff to do. We got a great show today. We got a lot to plan. We have a lot of things to update you on. Get right into it. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindl's the executive producer of the program. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well. Good morning, Benjamin.
Good morning. Anytime you're going to be off, whether it's vacation or just some holiday time, generally there's some extra work you have to do to get ready for it.
Oh yeah.
You can't just walk away. Life goes on. Other people have requests that need to be filled before you can, comfortably say, all right, I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's this gig in particular is a different one too, because if you feel like, man, you take 2 weeks off, you get nervous. Like, is my audience going to find another show that they like? But, I feel pretty confident in where we are as a show that they're going to be there with us, and we'll be on social media. And like I said, we'll be doing a live stream. You never know what you might get from the Ben and Woods program. We're known to surprise people from time to time, right?
Yes. Now, are you worried that, they're going to find an alternative to us while they're gone, I guess?
That was the old bit in radio that said you can't take a lot of time off. I think that's what bosses just made that up to keep you at work. Like,
probably.
You don't want, hey, man, you guys are a new show. You don't want anybody flipping over and being like, you know what, I like these guys better. It happens. I'm sure it happens. But listen, to this point.
Shouldn't any show that's really decent probably be also earning the same time off that we're earning at the end of the year?
It's a really good point. It's a really good point. So basically you're saying if you're listening to a show on the radio in that 2 weeks, they're not very good.
That's what
you're
I'm
saying.
That's what I'm throwing out there.
Fair. All right.
And this is someone who's hosted many shows during those 2 weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
Filling in for the actual good people at times.
Now, I've done that too. And you do those shows and you go, there's literally no one listening. There is no one listening right now. The dregs of the earth, perhaps, listening at this point. But hey, man, listen, I'm very happy to get some time off at the end of the year. I've had a lot of time off this year. I've traveled a lot this year. It's been a really good year, a fun year. But it's that end of the year kind of reset, clean out the drawers, clean out the desk, get your life back in order a little bit, and get ready to tackle the new year and make your resolutions and break your resolutions pretty early. Listen. This is the time of year. It's just fun to be with family and hang around. But I like to work. I like the routine. I'm very routine oriented. And that's the thing I've finally understood is that so many people, when we're off, we break their routine. Like my buddy, one of my best friend, Jack, mailman Jack, he goes, when I know you guys are going to be off, he goes, yeah, it makes me nuts because he's a mailman. So he walks around, he listens to every show, all 4 hours every day. And he says, I have to hoard shows. I have to build them up. And
really?
He goes, it drives me nuts. So when you guys are off for 2 weeks, I'm not off. I'm still going to be delivering the mail. So I'm just trying to not listen to hoard a bunch of shows. He goes, which also sucks because I'll talk to you on the phone and I haven't heard the things you've talked about yet because I'm hoarding your shows.
So Jack may be listening to this segment.
Like January 1.
Right. He's probably off that day, but delivering the mail on December 28th or something.
Exactly.
And he's listening to this segment right now. Hello, Jack. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Jack.
And
a Happy New Year.
New Year to you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Let's see. Where do I want to start? So I think we should probably start with the update on our co-host. Yesterday, Paul, do you still have the little clip of what Ben, when he asked us, the question that changed a lot here on Ben and Woods yesterday?
I do not have it
handy.
Ready.
Okay. So essentially, Ben, I think we kicked off the second segment of the show yesterday, and Ben just said, I've got a question for you guys. And I want to ask this of you. It's something that I've been thinking about. And you said, what?
Do I walk funny?
Paulie and I immediately go, yes. Yeah, and Paulie said, yes.
Yes.
So we had been talking about it for a while and noticed it. And as early as Saturday night when we were at the STFC game, I actually got video of you speed walking 15 feet ahead of me to get our credentials. And you're like, yeah, I noticed this in the mirror the other day, and it bothered me. So I said, all right, well, let's work on it. And so we took you out in the hallway. We watched it, and then you spent the entire day working on it. And you think you might have this thing licked.
Yeah, I certainly made some progress and figured some things out.
Yeah.
We talked a lot about is my tight hamstrings or my tight hips. Everyone had theories. I really appreciate all of San Diego chiming in.
Yes,
on my awkward gait.
So
yesterday.
much response.
There was a ton of it. But one thing that I came to realize that at least a good chunk of my awkward stride is mental. And I realized that as a taller person, when I walk, I like to make myself smaller. And that usually means me kind of leaning forward with my head down a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know why I do that, but over the years, I've kind of started leaning forward. So
Do you not like being a 6'4" strapping gentleman?
I think we all have at least some self-consciousness about our appearance and what makes us different than other people. And one of the things that makes me different, if I'm walking in a crowd, my head is above everybody else's.
There's a guy right now that's 5'3" listening to this, and he is pulling his hair out.
I get it, but
I often cover my beautiful head of hair with a hat just so I don't feel bad.
Right. But I started practicing every time I was walking yesterday. I think
Do I
about
walk
funny?
Yes.
And I tried very hard to just keep my head up.
Keep your head up
as I walked without tilting it down.
Yeah.
And it made a remarkable difference in my stride. You saw me
I
this
saw
morning.
it looks like you got it licked.
I don't know that I have to think about it consciously, which is
it'll become a habit
until you get it to be a habit, and because you're not going to think about walking every single time you walk.
You can't. You'll lose your mind.
You'll lose your mind. But until I
am I walking okay? Is this how I should walk? Am I walking?
Yeah.
Is this right?
I was spinning myself out yesterday morning for sure, thinking about it way too much. But one small key: just keep my chin up, my head up, my eyes up, as opposed to forward and down, and it makes a real difference in my stride.
Yeah, your gait looks better. Paulie saw it when he walked in.
As soon as I saw you start walking, it was the head. It was all in the chin.
All in the chin.
I was like, keep that chin parallel to the ground, and you're set. You're good.
Definitely, so now it makes a big difference.
I've got the gullet, the family gobbler, right? The little dangler. Yeah, the little double chin. So I try to go out and forward to hide the double chin and kind of tilt my head down a little bit too as to hide the gullet. I've tried beards. I've tried all kinds of things. What I haven't tried is surgery, which is probably coming at some point. I'm getting this thing cut off. My mom did it. My aunt did it. Like, it's a hereditary. I could lose 50 pounds and I'm still going to have this dangling turd from my right. I hate that extra skin.
I've got a little bit of it too.
I want to know what it's like to have a strong chin just once. I don't know how much it is. Can't be cheap, but I'd like to get I tried that cool sculpting one time. This spa wanted me and you to come in and try a couple of things. It was like a man spa, and they said, "What would you like to change about yourself?" And I said, "Well, probably this double chin." They go, "Oh, we'll just cool sculpt it out of there." And I said, "Okay." And I sat down and I put my chin on the thing. And it's when they say cool sculpting, it's misleading. It's more like frigid frostbite, Arctic temperature sculpting.
They're trying to kill your face.
They're trying to kill the fat cells in your face. And so it was extremely uncomfortable. It was not easy. It wasn't an easy process. It hurt when they got done. It was like 45 minutes of sitting in this thing of like, oh my God. And they take it off and it's pain. It's just pain. I go, that's not worth it. I'd rather just get it cut out, be down for a day, and come back with the nice George Clooney, but it was, man, it was tough, dude. That was a tough one. I didn't like it at all. Did you do the same?
What did I do? I didn't do the face, I don't think, entirely, but I remember going and going through the experience. And yeah, I mean, You need it. You need it. That's kind of just up to
if
you,
you can,
whether you can stand it or not.
If you can put up with that pain, then more power to you.
But my question here is, I had to bring up my walk. Should I have brought up your chin many years ago? You already knew about it.
Well, you have.
If you had said something to me, like neither of you've been thinking it obviously for a long time.
We've been talking about it for years.
Like
8 years.
Yeah,
years. Like since we met, I go, why does he walk like he's 80?
But you never said it.
No.
Benny, when we were at the old station, you would arrive a little bit after we did in the morning.
Yeah.
And it was so quiet in there. It was, 4 o'clock hour. And we would hear your flip-flops coming down the hall, and we could hear your walk.
You didn't, like, Ray Charles knows that you walked weird. Stevie Wonder was like, that guy has a weird gait.
The sound of your flip-flops off the walls, it didn't match like the right rhythm.
Correct.
In one way, you're being very discreet
yes.
and, I guess not mean. But had you said something, it's taken me a day to start fixing it. If someone had just said something,
I dropped hints over the years. I would say things like, man, are you tight? Like, you look tight. Do you stretch at all? Because we were feeling each other out in the beginning. And I would say, is your back hurt? Oh, yeah, I got a little back pain. And I'm like, yeah, because you look a little hunched. You okay?
But just one day of thinking about it and practicing has made me realize that a lot of it is simply in my head.
But it's also like you also walked that way because you were morbidly obese at the time. And now you're not, and you're skinny. And so your body has changed a lot. So now it makes sense to fix it, and that's what you're doing. And I think you've done a great job.
Thank you.
I think you've done a great job with it. The fact that he went home, it's like he made an error in a game and is like, I'm going to take 500 ground balls. That's what he did.
Getting in the walking cage.
Yeah. I'm getting in the cages. While the Padres,
I'm just going to walk back and forth in the cage.
Yeah. While the Padres in the offseason, they're playing golf. They're having fun. They're deep sea diving. They're on jet skis and wave runners. Not us. My guy's over in the cages, just walking and getting it right. Wants to win a walking World Series next year, wants to be the best walker in San Diego. And that's the dedication that I'm looking for from our San Diego Padres. Just have the same dedication as the hosts on your flagship. That's all I'm asking for. And so far, not so good. But my guy in the cages yesterday, Paulie, putting in the work.
I love it.
Grinding. You're unbelievable, man. You're unbelievable. We will give you a side-by-side walking comparison, Elisa. We will do that at the break. So now we get to this point of the show. I'm reluctant. I did clear it with Adam and with the sales rep, but something came down.
This goes back to the end of your work you've got to get done before we're finished for the year.
I'm so grateful for all of our sponsors on this program. The companies that spend their money to ask us to put our names on things. And one of them is my beloved Eco Water. Now, it's the end of the year, a couple weeks left. Let's change up the spot a little bit, Woodsy. I said, okay, no problem. You fire me over the copy, and I will give it the good Woodsy. I'll put the good Woodsy spin on it.
It's normal to refresh them probably every month.
And right before the holidays.
Change the copy up a little bit, especially different holiday each month.
Makes perfect sense, right? Your car dealership, you've got the Black Friday. Oh, now we got the holiday sale. No problem. I have no problem with this.
After that, it'll be, start off 2026 with.
Well, your new year, you'll hear a lot of this. How are your New Year's resolutions going? Make sure you get plenty of Eco Water, right? But this one came down yesterday, and it gave me a little pause, and I was a little bit nervous about it. Now, mind you, remember a couple years ago, got a request from, as it turns out, this is the exact same salesperson. And at the bottom, it was for Sedano Ford, and he asked me to, quote unquote, make it spooky. So got this yesterday. I wanted to share it with you guys. I'm a little bit, when it makes me a little bit uncomfortable. When it makes me a little bit uncomfortable, then then you know that, like, I had to do some serious thinking. I ran it by my wife. I ran it by our boss. And I said, All right, I'm going to give this.
This is a commercial for water.
This is a water commercial.
Commercial for water.
Mhm.
If we, and this is the copy that they gave you,
Signed off on and approved. So this is what the client
like this
wants.
is more wild than anything we would have come up with as a bit. I think
If they said
I
make
think,
a sexy spot, it wouldn't have been as racy as this.
right. I think this is pushing the limits harder than what we would have come up with.
Fine, but you're doing your job
Yes,
by doing what the client wants heard on the radio.
I'm just doing my job. And again, I love those guys. I love the Eco Water dudes. They're my favorite. And they sent me jugs of Eco Water, and I have Eco Water at my house. Yes, I still have them jugs.
I'm thinking, how bad can it be? It's for water.
Okay. So here we go. This is the vision.
You still got them jugs, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Thank you. Eco Water. Paulie, if we could find a way to work that in every day for the rest of our career, I would be happy.
You still got them jugs, don't you?
Yeah, I do. No, in any context. I don't care what it is. I just need to hear Pete Rose asking if she still has them jugs. Okay. One more time.
One more.
You still got them jugs, don't you?
Yeah, still got them jugs. So are you guys ready for the new, racy, sexy
Man.
Eco Water spot? You ready? This is verbatim, the copy they gave me. Ready? And I'm been asked to do it in a low, sexy voice. This Christmas, tell her or him you're giving them something hard and something impossibly soft. Eco Water's legendary whole home water softener. Rock hard minerals, banished. Skin, hair, sheets, showers, softer than sin. Right now, add pure alkaline water on tap for just $9.95 a month. Yeah, baby. Stay hydrated while you get wet. Call 760-350-3338 or hit ecowatersocal.com. Lock in this holiday deal before it disappears. Tell them Wood sent you, and you like it hard and soft. Eco Water SoCal, keeping it soft since 1925.
Yeah, you actually downplayed that a little bit.
Did I?
Yeah.
That's more racy than you thought it would be.
No, I mean, like you could have made that a little racier. If
How?
You leaned into it a little bit.
You didn't
more.
think I leaned into that?
Damn.
Jeez.
I thought you did pretty good. It was better than I thought it was going to go, actually.
All right. Let me try again.
One more try. Just
right.
like really think like you're
I'm who?
You're in the mood.
I'm always in the
I know
mood.
you are.
So, all right.
Like a little breathier.
Okay.
Hang on. Ready?
I'm ready. This Christmas, tell her or him you're giving them something hard and something impossibly soft. Eco Water SoCal's legendary whole home water softener. Rock hard minerals, banished. Skin, hair, sheets, showers, softer than sin. Right now, add pure alkaline water on tap for just $9.95 a month. Yeah, baby. Stay hydrated while you get wet. Call 760-350-3338 or visit ecowatersocal.com. Lock in this holiday deal before it disappears. Tell them Wood sent you, and you like it hard and soft. Eco Water SoCal, keeping it soft since 1925. Do you want to have sex with that guy?
I mean,
That was pretty good.
that was, yeah.
That was pretty good.
Somebody said the windows in his car are all fogged up now.
I
So,
feel like I need a cigarette.
so they really want that. Now, were you running tape on that? Could we just load that and so I don't have to do it after the show again? Because I thought that was pretty good.
Possible.
So the thing is like you do it, you read it once on the air and you have some laughs about it. But then I'm going to be driving in my car, December 27th, and I'll be driving around and have the station on, and I'll hear that spot. I mean, it's memorable. You're not going to forget it.
That's the trick to good advertising. You want to cut through the noise.
That's right. There's a lot of noise out there. So I said, okay, if that's what the client wants. I love my dude Ryan over there. He's a lunatic, which is why he wanted me to do this.
Why, it's totally believable that they sent this over. I got that email. I sent it over to you guys. I go, should be a fun one tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, and so I got the note at the bottom from the sales rep too. Let me take a little sip of my Eco Water. Wet. He said, what's it like minor
So got them drugs.
There's a minor insult in here. If you read between the lines, actually, you don't even have to. It says, this is a bit racy and pushing the limit of good taste. That's why you're the man for the job.
We wouldn't dream of asking Ben to do this, but Woods, you're the man for this job.
Yeah. So, So I'm gonna do it because again, I'd like to make the client very happy. Very happy. I'd love you guys to go get the Eco Water system in your home. It's great.
Paulie, get the misogyny belt ready.
Oh, no.
It's not usually me, but
Here we go.
Oh, no.
Wouldn't this just be way better with a female voice?
Is that misogyny?
I don't know. I just feel like
I'm gonna ring it, but I don't know.
I think you're complimenting a woman.
I am, because like who is that read sexy to? Because I don't think, not me or Paul, if we're the target audience.
Maybe.
And let's be honest, ladies out there, did you find that incredibly
sexy,
suave and sexy, or was it somewhat cringy and embarrassing?
Right. Like if a man talked to you like that in real life, would that actually work for you? Excuse me.
Very sexy.
Imagine Adam reading that spot. That would be the greatest of all time. Hey, this Christmas, tell her or him you're giving them something hard and impossibly soft. Eco Water SoCal's legendary whole home water softener, rock hard minerals banished. I could read it like my son reads when he reads at night. No, he does.
Skin, hair, showers, softer than sin.
My son reads like this because he's 7. He's learning. Right now, add pure alkaline water on tap for just $9.95 a month. Yeah, baby, stay hydrated while you get wet. Call 760-350-3338 or hit ecowatersocal.com and lock in this holiday deal before it disappears.
Don't make him self-conscious about reading out loud.
Oh, I make him self-conscious every night when he reads out loud.
It's very hard to do it first.
I love
acquired skill.
I love you, son.
Today, Junior.
Today, Junior. Every night he's reading. And we're reading some book about pirates or something, and he's like, Captain Bones says to go to the beach. Oh, beach. And then he looks at me and laughs. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's doing bits the whole time. The entire time, little bit master. It's so good.
Today, Junior.
It is difficult. It is difficult. It's so difficult. So, all right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the new Eco Water spot that you'll be hearing a lot of, I guess, on this radio station. Should I really do it like in that way that I did it?
I think if that was 30 seconds or whatever the time was supposed to be, Paul, I should just load that second one.
That's so good.
Perfect. It was perfect.
Good. Thank you. Oh, good call, MM McKee. Too bad Nathan isn't around anymore. We told you guys he has moved on to greener pastures, or just pastures. I have no idea if they're greener or not, but he is no longer with the company. He left of his own volition. but he would have crushed that spot. I mean, crushed that spot. So
he would have been too uncomfortable to read it.
Yeah. Oh, he wouldn't have
Yeah.
done it. Yeah. He's very, very buttoned up.
Yeah.
That'll fade.
Yeah.
That'll fade. Those coffee reviews aren't going to last forever, buddy. You're going to have to find a new avenue. All right. But yeah, that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that because you're going to be hearing a lot of it.
If you missed it, we have a very special and unexpected guest joining us coming up at 7
What do you mean?
o'clock.
Hang on, unexpected.
He called our bluff, dude. This is what happened.
You
Yeah.
asked for it.
We did. And Paulie set it up. So coming up at 7 o'clock this morning, Coach Ed Orgeron
It's
will
unbelievable.
return to Ben & Woods for the first time in about 7 years. We haven't
no,
on
we had him
more
on,
recently than that?
4 years ago.
4 years ago?
Did we?
All right.
Yeah, we had him on like right after they won the championship.
Right.
I think we've had him on like twice.
Okay, so the return of Coach O, and we'll talk about what's going on with Lane Kiffin and all of college football, and hopefully just have a good old merry time with Coach Ed Orgeron coming up at 7 o'clock. We'll set the menu for the rest of the program and talk some Padres baseball. They did sign a major league player yesterday. We all had the same reaction, I think, when they did.
Adcock.
That who?
Adcock.
Who? All right.
What's his first name? Joe?
Ty.
Ty Adcock is now a member of your.
I saw some Padres fans at least a little bit excited about.
I saw
Ty
some
Adcock.
Stuff Plus numbers
I
that
know.
made me excited to see
I know.
Adcock.
So we'll get into that coming up next. Get things started on a Friday. Ben Woods and Paul on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. You're going to be watching college football this weekend, championship games. You're going to be watching the pro football. You can do it with Prize Picks, where it is really easy to watch sports and make real money just by picking against stat projections for your favorite players, whether it's Josh Allen, Joe Burrow's back. You got the quarterbacks, go with the running backs, Saquon Barkley in college, Jeremiah Love is not playing this weekend because they don't have a championship game. But you know what I'm talking about. Rushing touchdowns, rushing yards, passing yards. You're picking more or less between 2 and 6 players and winning real money at Prize Picks just while you watch sports on television. When you download the app, make sure you use the code KWFN. You're going to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. And by the way, tens of millions of users. So they've gotten it right. Prize Picks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast and secure. Prize Picks accepts most major payment methods, making deposits into your account quick and easy this sports season. Check it out for yourself at Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. So visit prizepicks.com for details. And we'll be right back after Kelly's traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
Okay, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Damn it. It's too long, huh?
Yeah, it's not going to work. We're going to have to do it after the show.
So now you have to do it sexy and
You can't
incredibly fast.
You can't do that spot you can't be fast. And you can't do it like your normal, like,
Paulie, can you just speed it up? I know you have that technology.
this Christmas, tell her or him, you're giving them something hard.
Right. Squeeze it down into 30 seconds and take what Woods did. And, you'll have the essence of it still. I'm sure it'll sound fine by playing it almost at double speed, correct?
I mean,
let's see. Let's see what it sounds like if you just speed it up so it's the proper length of commercial.
Yeah, just a 30.
Yeah, a 30 seconds.
55 seconds, and I need it to be 30. So that was a lot. That's way longer. This Christmas, tell her or him, you're giving them something hard and something impossibly soft. EcoWater SoCal's legendary whole home water softener. Rock hard minerals, vanished. Skin, hair, sheets, showers, softer than sin. Right now, add pure alkaline water on tap for just $9.95 a month. Yeah, baby. Stay hydrated while you get wet. Call 760-350-3338 or visit ecowatersocal.com. Lock in this holiday deal before it disappears. Tell them Woods sent you, and you like it hard and soft. EcoWater SoCal. Keeping it soft since 1925. It's going to take me a month to get that down to 30.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
All right, before we have Coach O joining us to talk a little college football, he is rumored to be joining Lane Kiffin's staff at LSU, returning to where he used to be the head coach. We will talk some Padres baseball here. They did sign Ty Adcock yesterday, and some rumors floating around as the winter meetings get set to begin over the weekend. Our Sammy Levitt's going to be headed out to Orlando with live reports all day long, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from baseball's winter meetings in Orlando. We'll also have Darren Smith join us at 7:35. This is the morning of the World Cup draw. Soccer fans around the world waiting with bated breath to see where their countries land. If it's an easier group or the group of death, including Team USA, they'll have their ball selected out of the drum or however it works to find out where they're going to be headed in the World Cup.
They know, if you've qualified.
Yeah, they're in.
Okay.
All the host nations are automatically in.
Yeah.
I think there are still like 4 or 5 to be determined in like last playoffs. So they'll just be drawn like playoff winner A and playoff winner B at the bottom of the pile of the last 48 teams in. But most of the teams already know if they've qualified or not. So that's
excited to have our balls selected today.
Yeah, no doubt. Cape Verde, Curacao, Jordan, and Uzbekistan all qualified for the first time, with Curacao being the smallest nation to ever qualify. So you know what Xander Bogaerts, is he from Curacao?
He's from
Aruba.
Jurickson
Profar. And who else? There's
Curacao.
somebody else from Curacao that's in the big leagues.
I think you're right.
Is it? It's not Xander. Yeah, he's from Aruba. He's
from Aruba.
That's cool.
I didn't know Cape Verde was a country. That's a new one to me. I think New Caledonia might also be in.
Ozzy Albies is from
Curacao. That's so cool,
Kenley
man.
Jansen.
That's so rad. So you know they're gonna be locked in.
Absolutely. The whole world is locked into this. We're probably the least locked in of just about any place on the planet, but everywhere is incredibly locked in for today's World Cup draw in Washington, D.C. That takes place at 9 a.m. So we should know by the end of the show where the United States falls and lands in their group for next summer. We'll have our regular features on a Friday, including Don't Do This, Take on Woods, still trying to qualify for the trip to Las Vegas, our biggest fan contest, our Reindl Report as well. Look ahead to the big college football weekend. It's all championship games from here on out, so plenty to talk about. But let's start with baseball. The Padres move. What we were surprised by yesterday when it just kind of dropped by the San Diego Padres. We'll do that after traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Definitely turning into a busy ride here. Got a stalled vehicle on the Bonita Road off-ramp northbound 805. Also north 805 at the West 54 connector ramp, a collision. And getting reports of an accident up ahead before Home Avenue. Several vehicles involved in this one. They're all over the right shoulder. Just what we need. Possible brush or encampment fire. Southbound 5 before Pershing. It's over to the right shoulder. Westbound King Freeway before 30th Street. Crash block in the fast lane. Watch out for some debris reported in the roadway. Southbound 15 before the 52. Stalled pickup truck in the center divide. And northbound 15 past West Bernardo. Accident blocking the HOV lane. Accident on Nordall Road on-ramp to westbound 78. Looks like one of those vehicles may be overturned. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
What do we know about Ty Adcock, who is the newest member of the San Diego Padres, agreeing to a 1-year deal yesterday? Did not see any financial terms. Don't think it's, state-of-the-art money necessarily for Ty Adcock, but he did have a decent, at least parts of seasons last year at AAA Syracuse and a couple of appearances for the Mets. One thing that I don't believe he is, Woods, is an option for the starting rotation.
No.
He only threw 36 innings last year.
Yeah, he's a reliever.
He's a reliever, right-handed relief pitcher. When he was good, he was almost unhittable in the minor leagues. He went through a couple of stretches early in the season and late in the season when he was like untouchable, throws a lot of strikes, doesn't walk a ton of guys. And as you mentioned, the stuff plus numbers, the movement, the advanced metrics on some of his pitches are somewhat intriguing, making him an interesting option for the San Diego Padres for some bullpen depth.
Yeah, our boy Tommy, on Twitter tweeted yesterday. He's kind of the first authority I go to. I went and looked up Ty Adcock's numbers and said, "Oh, all right, he's just a guy, a guy to add to the bullpen and see if he can earn a spot." And Tommy said, "Betting on relievers with good stuff and questionable command, hoping to fix them, isn't a bad bet. Estrada became a high leverage reliever. Eduardo Nunez became useful enough to package in the Mason Miller trade, and then pulled some stuff plus numbers. Was 100 is good,
Major league average, yeah.
And then he was at 115 stuff plus. So okay, no problem, man. Again, this isn't going to be a guy that you look at and go, geez, man, we're wasting money on guys like this. Every team needs dudes like this. Does he make the roster out of spring training? We'll see. He could pitch his way onto the roster and be a part of the bullpen. So just a bullpen piece. Just a bullpen piece. That's what he is.
This is what the Padres under AJ Preller tend to do quite well, though. Identifying players specifically like this who are overlooked elsewhere and can contribute potentially on the big league level. So, in that sense, yeah, probably a smart, savvy, low-cost pickup for the San Diego Padres. He is currently pitching in the Dominican Winter League to a 2.0 ERA. Not the major league level, but there are some major league players down there.
Oh, yeah.
And Craig Stammen went down there as well. I don't know if that was part of it, that he saw him in person. Maybe I gave a bit of a recommendation scouting wise. Yeah, no, saw Ty Adcock pitching in the Dominican, and his stuff looks really good. Someone we might be able to use in the bullpen. Craig Stammen certainly would have an idea of what plays in a bullpen, you would think, one of his skills as the new manager of the San Diego Padres. So that was the move yesterday. Again, I don't expect it to be the biggest move they make this offseason, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see quite a bit of Tyler Adcock in the back of the Padres bullpen in 2026.
Yeah, again, 28-year-old right-hander, got some good stuff, and nothing that will blow your hair back, but also nothing that should make you cringe or get nervous, at all. So should be fine.
Now, there was a big trade in baseball yesterday.
Yeah.
A fairly big trade. The Boston Red Sox acquiring right-handed pitcher Johan Oviedo from the Pittsburgh Pirates in a 5-player deal. The main return for Pittsburgh is outfield prospect, I believe it's pronounced Joxton Garcia.
I'm going to take your word
I know his
for
nickname is the Password.
Yeah, the password.
Because his name just looks like a jumbling random letters of J's and Y's and X's until you get to Garcia, his last name. One of the top prospects in the Boston Red Sox system. He's had a couple of opportunities in the big league, and the Pittsburgh Pirates, who scored the fewest runs in baseball last year, are looking to turn some of their pitching depth, other than Paul Skeens, into some offense options. And it was reported after the trade yesterday by Ken Rosenthal that Pittsburgh is still open to trading another non-Skeens starter. The name Mitch Keller was brought up a couple of times. The Padres, of course, are one of the teams that are in the market for starting pitching. Makes you wonder if there are any conversations going on right now between AJ Preller and Pittsburgh about starting pitching and what they might be interested in from the San Diego Padres. Rosenthal says they're looking for a bat that goes right into their lineup.
Sure.
Jake Cronenworth's one name that has been brought up as potential trade bait in the offseason. Don't know if that's true or not, but he is a bat that could go right into a Pittsburgh lineup and help them immediately if that was something they were looking for.
All right, the way that you pronounce his name, according to David J., who knows things.
Okay.
Justinson,
not Joxton. Justinson.
Wasn't even really close.
Not really.
Justinson
The
Garcia.
He's the password.
But yeah, they got some good prospects back for him. Mid-90s fastball for Oviedo. Mid-90s fastball, touches 98, arm extension ranked in the 98th percentile. Slider was one of the best pitches in the majors as calculated by run value. Inconsistency and injuries have plagued his major league career. So they're taking a shot on him to add to their rotation of Garrett Crochet, Sonny Gray, Brian Bayo, Cutter Crawford, Patrick Sandoval. So they're loading up their rotation with 6-7 guys and see who the best 5 are, and then try to find other roles for the other 2, as most teams are trying to do.
Between the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, though, the AL East has been already one of the most active divisions. Even the Rays picked up someone, so a lot of moves in the AL East. Wesley, I like this in the chat, says Padres needed to add something. Why not Adcock?
Why not Adcock when you have a chance to do it?
Pretty good.
Very good.
So the winter meetings are coming up on Monday. I would imagine the Padres will be talking to agents of pitchers and teams that are looking to potentially trade pitchers. They need starting pitching, and they can't go all off season without. I don't think you can wait necessarily like you did for Nick Pivetta, because that was the last move for the Padres last offseason.
It was.
They can't. They're not at a last move stage yet. They need a couple of more moves before they make their last move this offseason if they want to have enough pitching depth to survive in 2026.
Listen, man, this is the week to hammer something out when they're out in Orlando at the winter meetings. But again, some names already off the board, as you guys know. I mean, I don't know how interested anybody around here was in a Sonny Gray or an Alek Manoah, Cody Ponce, Dylan Cease. Ponce was rumored to be surmising interest from AJ Preller, but he went to the Giants. No, I'm sorry, he went to the Blue Jays. But yeah, there's relievers coming off the board. So there's more activity than in years past. It certainly feels like, and like you said, you don't want to be the last guy at the table with your plate going, well, everything's been picked through. Like who's out there now? Rich Hill still out there, and then throw him out there. But yeah, I mean, I like to see the aggressiveness from some of these GMs that are wanting to win.
There are still names out there. I mean, Michael King is the I haven't given up completely on the possibility of Michael King returning,
kid, bro. You are.
He hasn't signed anywhere yet.
You're the sweetest little man.
I had given up on Dylan Cease a long time ago. Didn't think he was going to return.
Nope.
I'm not 100% giving up hope on Michael King somehow.
Kylie
finding his way
McDaniel,
back.
I think he had him. His estimate was 3 for 57.
Okay.
Can do that.
Can't wait.
It might be more than that though, as well.
You think the Padres would do that?
3 for 57 for Michael King?
Yeah.
I think they'd think about it for sure.
I think they'd have to if they could. I don't know if they can afford it.
I mean, if they want to afford
that's
it.
under 20 a
That's
year.
under
for
20 a year for
Michael
Michael King. That
on.
feels like a bargain.
Well,
which is why I think it might be more. And if
Yeah.
it gets to way more, then maybe the Padres can't do it. But if Kylie's right, I think that's something the Padres absolutely can and should consider in bringing back Michael King.
yeah, I think you just if you lower your expectations, it won't hurt as bad when he signs with Toronto or back in New York or Boston or San Francisco or one of those. Well, San Francisco's
Giants,
kind of
they seem
they've
like they're
tightened
done,
the purse
yeah.
strings. Yeah.
And Toronto's signed so many pitchers, they're rumored to be trading pitchers. So I don't think he's going to be there, but I mean, he's going to land somewhere.
Yep, he will. No question.
Did you buy any more Savannah Bananas tickets?
I did not.
Yesterday. Yesterday was the day that the lottery, the names were selected and you could call in. I know my colleague Jared Aaron said he was able to get 4 tickets to one of the 2 games that's coming to Petco Park on March. And then I saw a post in the afternoon that by about 2:00, they were all sold out. Did you see that as well?
I did not. I have made my piece.
You did your appearance.
I did my.
You
we
went.
did our thing. We went. And I will always be able to say that I saw it
in person.
Saw it live.
You did it,
and that's good for me. I think.
I wonder. I remember the craze last year for the Savannah Bananas was cool. I like kids getting into baseball, and if this gets more kids into baseball, if this is what it takes to now you want to go to a real game, seeing the Savannah Bananas, how about we go to a Padres game? I think that's great.
And it could what scares me is that they're like, well, where's the guy on stilts? Why aren't they doing
backfire
this?
a little bit?
So the sweetest thing was when I took our sons and one of their friends, they sat down, Bo and his buddy, and they're like, I wish this was a Padres game. And I looked at them with a little glint in my eye, and I said, me too, son. Me too.
Will it continue though? They're bigger. They've added teams. They've added dates. It's going to. I
mean, I think there's still a fervor.
They're trying to cash in on it.
Yeah, there's still a fervor for it.
But at some point,
I mean, as long as they're selling out football stadiums, I'm going to say they're going to keep going.
Yeah, I think it's. I think as long as there's a passion for it, I don't know why it wouldn't. Kids really are into it. Some of the parents are way into it, and it's. It's definitely for them. Like I said, man, I was excited to see it, and I saw it. But while I'll go see the same bands every year on tour, this is one where I was like, okay, I got what I needed from it, and I'm good.
But
you haven't gone at all.
I have not gone.
I don't know that you would enjoy it.
Do you not think I would?
I don't think you would.
I'm amused by some of the clips I've seen,
Sure.
but I tend to agree with you.
Yeah, I don't think you would enjoy it. Paulie, I think you and Megan would like it.
I would consider going.
Yeah. I actually wanted more. First of all, the sensory overload is something that you need to manage.
I think it's also important to note it's not geared towards you guys.
Correct.
Like,
yeah, that's exactly
you're
right.
supposed to know the TikTok trends that they're doing in between outs and stuff. Like
what I wanted was I wanted more trick plays and more of the things that like
backflip by the center fielder, then make the catch.
I actually wanted
more Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, 100%. And less like entertainment, bat spinning with little kids. Like I wanted to see more action. I guess I wanted to see that foul ball caught for an out, more of that, and less of looking like a concert. But I think the sensory overload was really
and that's
something.
my worry, which was. Weirdly, that was also my worry when we went to WWE last week, and it was the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
It was not sensory overload at all.
No, the way they managed it was great.
Much quieter and
it was cool.
More focused than I ever expected it to be.
Speaking of sensory overload.
Overload. Yeah, Coach Ed Orgeron makes his return to Ben & Woods to kick off our number 2. That's coming up next year on San Diego's number 1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
because I can hear him.
We are stupidly excited, which is great. I mean, it's a test.
Dude, he's fired up.
It's a
so
testament.
good.
Hey, how's the weather out there? He's fired
It's
up.
a testament to his personality. It's obvious to see why he was so successful and
I love Coach
was
O.
able to connect with college athletes when he was head coach at LSU and beyond. And it is our pleasure to welcome back to Ben and Woods. It's been a few years to our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. Coach O, Ed Orgeron, is back with us here on 97.3 The Fan. Coach, how have you been?
Man, I've been great, guys. Hey, I'm back in Louisiana. I'm in my garage. I'm getting a good garage pump, Hey, I'm in the middle of a workout. I'm getting to talk to my boys from San Diego. Hey, what a great day, man. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. Happy holiday season to you. Obviously, LSU is back in the news as they have been for a while, Coach O. But I wanted to ask you this, man. They're, with the new hire of Lane Kiffin, the firing of Brian Kelly, nobody's been able to win at LSU since Coach O. What makes that job so difficult for a new head coach?
First of all, the expectations are very high, right? And you're in the SEC, you got to beat Alabama. I mean, that ain't no secret there. You know what I'm saying? And that has been the benchmark. And you got to get the great players to come here. But I think the thing with LSU that turned us around, we recruited the great players in the state of Louisiana. We got Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, Clyde and Patrick and all those first rounders. But we're able to get Joe, and we're able to get Joe and run the offense that we needed to score enough points to beat the Alabamas and to beat the Georgias and to beat the Clemsons. I think Joe made the difference of putting all the pieces together.
I know Coach Kiffin sought out the advice of coaches like yourself and Nick Saban and Pete Carroll as he was trying to make his decision between Ole Miss and LSU. We debated, every show in America kind of debated that decision. To me, it feels like, he has a good thing going at Ole Miss. LSU just adds maybe, money, but also pressure and headaches. How would you go about a decision like that? And what did you say to him?
Yeah, well, here's what I told him. You know what's best. You've earned it. You've earned his choice. He's done a lot of things in his personal life. Man, he's clear-minded. He's directed. He knows what he's doing. He's built an empire at Ole Miss, which is hard to do. But LSU is the next step. And nothing against Ole Miss. It's a good place. But LSU is the upper tier in all the country. And think about this now. Recruiting the state of Louisiana and all the great players that come to Louisiana, and then you got Houston, you got Dallas, and you can recruit nationally. I think this was a good next step for Lane to where you can come and win many national championships. But the pressure's on, you got to do it.
And, we're talking to Coach Ed Orgeron here on Ben and Woods this morning. And, the resources, too, had to play a huge part in it. And I wondered, how coaches like yourself feel back in the day when, there was not the ability to have money like that to go out and spend on a roster. He will have that opportunity, Coach O. How would that change it for you, having, $25 million to go out and spend on your roster?
Well, back then that wasn't legal, so I can't talk about that.
Exactly.
I can't tell you how much we had.
Fair enough. Zero.
We know.
You had to build it from scratch, right, Coach?
Hey, now this is just a joke, okay? Just a joke.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
They asked me to say, Coach, well, how you gonna deal with the NIL? You went out of coaching, there was no NIL. I said, hey, it's easy. Back then we had to walk through the cash. We had to walk through the back door with the cash. Now we can walk through the front door.
So our suspicions have been. Go ahead.
Hey, just a joke.
Just a joke. It was just a joke.
You're on the right show. This is where we often say things that we don't mean.
What's your thought, Coach, on the 12-team college football playoff? They keep tweaking it. We keep hearing, maybe it's going to get bigger. I kind of like where it is right now. Yeah, someone might get left out. Miami might get left out. You can make the argument that Texas Vanderbilt should have been in, but you do have to cut it off somewhere. There's always going to be a line, and someone's going to be disappointed if they're at the other side of that line.
Fine. I'm going to give you a hard line on that answer, okay? We had to beat Alabama. We had to win the SEC championship. That was the first thing, okay? And then you have to be practically undefeated or maybe have one loss to get in the playoffs with 4 teams, okay? That was elite. I believe that you have to earn the right to play for the national championship. Now, the 12 teams have watered down the ability to get into it's like a tournament now. And, guys that got 3 losses and are clamoring to get in the playoffs to win a championship, I really don't get that. You know what I mean? I just don't get it. I think y'all shut them out and go to the weight room and get better. That's my own opinion, okay? But I do believe that, if you look at Miami and Notre Dame, Miami beat Notre Dame head to head.
Yep. I'm a Notre Dame fan, and trust me, I'm real nervous for Sunday.
And look, let me say this. I'm friends with Marcus Freeman. I've been there. And I think he's doing a tremendous job. And look, I think Jeremiah Love's going to win the Heisman. And look, I like watching them play. But, it don't matter if it's Team A against Team B. Team A beat Team B head to head. They got the same record. They should be ahead of them. But, that's very controversial. So I just think that the playoffs are watered down. I think that, just because you win your conference and your G5 school, whatever they call that, are they better than the teams that are 10-2? I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of controversy there.
Yeah, there is, and I listen, as a Notre Dame fan, I kind of agree with that sentiment. I do, and it's as much as it's going to be a hard pill to swallow, because I actually think Notre Dame could win a couple games in once they get into the watered down playoffs. But if they don't get in, I have to take that medicine of like, well, should have handled business, and that's kind of the attitude that I have.
I disagree a little bit. I'll push back, Coach, because I think teams should be able to evolve and get better. And a team that loses a game or even 2 early shouldn't be a death knell. If you keep getting better and keep playing well at the end of the season, I like that there's a path to get in. Ohio State won it last year. They wouldn't have been in the playoff at all had that not been 12 teams. And I think they were the best team at the end of the season.
He's defending Notre Dame, which has never happened. It's never happened on this program.
I know, but
it has never happened. This is a banner day.
You've got to agree, Coach. The team that's the best in September is not always the team that's the best at the end of December. And I want to reward the team that's the best, that got better as the season went on, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Hey, you have a point. Hey, look, I agree with you. Look, hey, you can either way on all this stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, you know what? Because I think Notre Dame is a darn good football team. You know what I mean? And Ohio State is a great example last year. So you can argue to the point that nobody's ever going to be right. But look, guys, when was there not a controversial national championship? I mean, you remember when it was split, AP and UPI?
Oh, yeah.
You remember when we, in 2003, we shared a championship with LSU? LSU down there, they still don't honor the co-championship that we had with them. So there's always been an argument. You know what I mean? It's never been a clean shot.
Never.
And it's always going to be that way.
Yeah. I think
unless you go totally to the NFL method. If you go to the NFL method, then there's a clean shot.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, and it certainly breeds a lot of commentary and infighting and fighting on the line, and it's pretty crazy. But I wanted to ask you. So I saw something on Reddit, and it was basically, and I thought you'd be the man to confirm this. Did I read correctly? You actually you got the itch. Now it's been a few years. You got the itch to get back on the sideline in some capacity. Is that true?
Yeah, and I have. I've talked to some schools. Nothing has come. I was living in Miami, 37th floor overlooking the ocean. It was great, guys. I go to South Beach every day. I jog the Strand every day, 4.2 miles. I kept my head on the swivel, enjoyed all the sights. It was a great time. But I moved back to Louisiana. I'm in Baton Rouge, and I've been looking at some jobs, Nobody has offered me a job, head job or D-line job yet. So I'm just going to wait around and see if something comes up that I like. I'm going to take. If not, I don't have to. So I'm in a good spot.
All right, before you go, Coach, holidays coming up. What's Coach O's perfect Christmas Day feast?
Oh, yeah.
What's on your table
Oh, my God.
for the perfect Christmas?
Oh,
Because
my
I
God.
know in Louisiana, there's nothing but good food everywhere you look.
Yeah. First of all, when I used to, Christmas Eve, we used to go out a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I come in, my mom would have a little bit of oyster dressing for me on the stove. Okay? Now, you have dressing, but we put oysters in it. It's very rich. Then we'll cook a turkey, we'll cook a ham, but you got to have oyster dressing in there and chicken and sausage gumbo with eggs in it. And then you have potato salad. And then you got to take your potato salad and put it in the gumbo.
Oh.
So you got a plate of gumbo with potato salad in it, all right? And you got a big plate of oyster dressing, turkey, ham, sweet potatoes, and pecan pie. How about that?
Good. That's perfect,
That
man.
sounds
That's
amazing.
absolutely perfect. It's the exact answer we were looking for, Coach.
Hey, you guys are the best, man.
Thank
hey,
you
I just
so
tell
much.
everybody in Southern California, IA, hello, man. We had a good time when I was at USC, and I got a lot of great friends down there, and you guys are wonderful, man.
Thank you so much, Coach O. We really appreciate your time and your energy, and we've been looking forward to this, man. It was a pleasure and an honor to get to talk to you, sir. Get back to your workout, and don't hurt yourself.
Hey, look, I used to bet to put 3 plates on that bench anytime, you know what I'm saying, on each side. That's 315.
Dang.
But and you get 64. I don't know. Maybe 2 plates now, maybe not 3. You know what I'm saying?
I just got 2 plates up for the first time this year, Coach, at 50, and I did it once, and I was like, all right, that's enough for me. I'm good.
There you go. I did that when I was 6 years old.
Yeah, all right. This country's strong. We get it.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Hey, you guys take care of yourselves.
Thanks,
okay?
Coach.
There he is, Coach Ed Orgeron.
Why can't we do it weekly with
Paulie,
him?
that was amazing. Thank you for finding Coach O for us.
He's the best.
Potato salad in the gumbo.
I mean, I cringed when I heard it, and then I went, nope, that actually sounds pretty
can
elite.
hear it.
Pretty elite.
Clinton says you can get the potato salad in the gumbo at Bud's Cafe. It's just a couple blocks away from here.
That
Might
would
have
be
to go
something.
try that.
That would be a little experimental for me. That would be something new. But if I was going to try it, if Edo was like, "Here you go,"
Because I'm
done.
I love them both. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
them. Oh God, I love potato salad. My
I know you
God.
do.
I mean,
I know you
troughs
do.
of it. Troughs.
I never even thought to combine the
You
two
just-
things together.
I wouldn't
though.
either.
He just texted me back. He goes, "Great job. That was so much fun."
He's the best, dude. Why can't we have a weekly with him? Can we? Does he know anything about baseball? Can
I
he
don't
coach
know.
third?
I think we should try.
Can he coach third?
Oh, can you
Run your ass
imagine?
home. Run,
Can you-
run, GD, run. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to send him. That's my fault. He's unbelievable.
He's the best.
That was so fun. So fun. Nice get, Paulie. Well done, sir.
All right, let's take a time out. When we come back, we'll get to a little Don't Do This on a Friday. I have a somewhat visual one, but I'll describe what happened last night in the NBA that had one guy shooting a technical foul free throw. A little bit embarrassed. We'll get to that and more coming up after a check of traffic. Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Man, what a segue, because we just heard about Coach Ed Orgeron, used to be able to bench 315? Is that what he said?
315.
315. Thinking about QC Kinetics, the pain that I had in my wrists, I couldn't have lifted 15 many years ago. A few years back, went to QC Kinetics, got my wrists completely fixed, and I'm lifting more weight than I ever have in my entire life. But not just about being back in the gym. It's about being back on the baseball field, being able to play with my kids, throw, catch, pick them up, throw them around, all of that. I mean, those are the things that I live for. I absolutely live for my passions in life. I didn't get to do them for a while, and it was really quite depressing. And if you experience joint pain, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not just your knees, your hip, your back, your shoulders. It's time with family and friends. So give them a call today. Schedule a free consultation at QC Kinetics. Their number is 619-614-PAIN. Take that first step. Healing is within reach. Guys, it's a simple injection. It honestly, I'm such a, if I can do it, you can go in there and get your treatments. It doesn't hurt at all. Ben's dad's in there getting his hips worked on. It really, really works. Check it out for yourself. 619-614-PAIN. 2 locations, one in Torrey Hills, one in Hillcrest. 619-614-PAIN. It's QC Kinetics.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Our thanks again to Coach O. He appeared on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. We'll have Darren Smith joining us on that same hotline in about 15 minutes. First, though, time for DDT. Don't do this. Brought to you by Trust and Will.
Don't.
Leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die.
Do.
Set up a trust or will online at trustandwill.com.
This
is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info. All right, a little bit of a visual story here, but I will explain. Last night, Tyler Hero of the Miami Heat had the opportunity to shoot a technical foul free throw. This is always kind of I don't know, interesting when you're by yourself there at the free throw line.
Mm-hmm.
Entire arena is focused in on you.
Nobody around you.
Just everyone is looking at you in the arena. But he was doing the old practicing his free throw shot, like looking up and like not really looking at the referee. Didn't have the ball yet. Was just standing there by himself. And the official, Jenna Renault, thought that he was looking and did the old bounce pass right to him, but he was not. And it took right into the groin, and he doubled over in pain, as we tend to do when we're struck in that area. Right. And it's just everyone is staring at him. She comes over. Oh, I'm so sorry. He's like a little annoyed for a second, like bats the ball away, and then realizes, okay, I can't. Don't make a big deal out of this. Don't make a big deal. I mean, I just can't even imagine.
No, it's fine. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm so good. And we've all dealt with it at some point, but rarely with an entire arena of like 18,000 people just staring at you.
Right in the ding, man.
Right?
Just
right there at the moment. Oh.
Taylor got me good the other day, man.
Did he?
Threw a ball, and it was perfect.
So
I mean, it was just perfect.
Your kids are at the age that their world exists, right?
To like right down
right at that level.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. So
flailing arms, throwing balls, everything starts and ends
right there,
right at that level.
I was telling them that you guys got to clean up before we go to bed. Taylor didn't like that. He was not happy and took one of the balls and threw them at me and hit me right in the boys. Actually, he didn't get the boys.
Ooh.
He got the other, the Frank,
the twig.
Yeah, not the berries. So, but it did not feel great.
But then you don't want to overreact and scare them.
Yeah, no, it was just like, good shot, dude. You got me right there. Nice work. All right, we're still cleaning up. We're still going to bed. And he was laughing. So, yeah, listen, deal with it. I don't know, Benny, if this is a don't or a do this. You actually kind of liked it for do this, but I think it's kind of a don't do this. So Vanderbilt may be one of those teams that's left on the bubble as well, but they had an idea. He told his the head coach, Clark Lee, he said, I got an idea. And he wasn't joking about it. He told his Vanderbilt players to keep their bags packed in the event the Commodores could line up another game to try to make their case to a college football playoff committee that has them left out of the running for a spot. And he had their athletic director, Candace Lee, look into the viability and logistics of such an endeavor. Quote, we were looking for any and every possible way. There are NCAA and logical restraints. He really wanted to get like a pickup game going with another team, maybe Notre Dame, maybe another team that doesn't play for a conference championship.
So here, it's a long shot.
Has it ever happened?
Well, it's happened in basketball. I remember like a team in the WCC, like they play their conference tournament a week early, and they added a game the next week before Selection Sunday to try to add to their resume and keep sharp. So it has happened that you, at least in another sport, where you've added a game at the end of the season. Football, logistically, would be a nightmare to probably put on a football game at 3 or 4 days' notice. But what other choice does Vanderbilt have? They're not going to get in the playoff. And they thought, hey, Hail Mary, we play a game. We look really good doing it. Maybe we can convince someone.
But it's still a 12-team. Okay, it's still 12 teams.
Who would you play, though? Like you said, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
It's a risk for Notre Dame.
It's a huge risk.
If you lose that game, you might be in already if you're Notre Dame. You play it and you lose, you're almost definitely out. So who could you convince to play it that would be good enough that would
Texas,
it would be impressive?
Utah.
Texas and Vanderbilt would be both teams out right now.
But see, Texas has already beaten Vanderbilt.
Yeah, that's true. So that doesn't do them any good. That just gives Vanderbilt another crack at Texas.
It doesn't work that way, though. Like, it's not like, wow, could we get one more look at you guys? I just want one more look. Throw a game together against Miami, and winner goes where? Where would the winner go? Who would they bump?
It's simply, yeah, exactly.
Right? I mean, still, it's not going
to add. Alabama gets just trashed by Georgia,
maybe, but probably not.
And then you but Vanderbilt looked really good in that pickup game they played.
Yeah, in that Sandlot game that they played.
I mean, that's why I think they were considering it at least. Like there could be something there, but ultimately it was almost definitely a fruitless
bit of.
idea.
I think it was a bit of wheel spinning. Tire spinning for no good reason.
Well, and it's also to draw attention again to your program. Let's talk about it. It's a headline. You want people talking about you, just like Steve Sarkisian was making the argument that why should our game against Ohio State hurt us?
Right.
That was his big argument that resonated with a lot of people. If we didn't play Ohio State, if we played, Troy,
right,
and beat them by 30, we'd have 2 losses like everybody else, and we'd be in the college football playoff likely. But instead, we played Ohio State, played them tough, played them at their place, and lost. And now you're hurting us for being a 3-loss team. It's a good argument.
Who are the other losses to, though?
But that's the thing.
Texas.
It's not the Ohio State loss that's hurting
it's
you.
Not. It's not hurting you at all.
It's the other 2 losses that are hurting you.
And it's the struggles against some of the lesser teams. And that's been the whole Miami Notre Dame debate for 2 weeks, my ass. Like a month. That's been the whole debate is 2 losses by 4 points to 2 of the top teams in football. And the Irish could get left out after winning 10 in a row and decimating the guys they were supposed to decimate. Weaker schedule, but beating those guys and beating them soundly, having no issues.
You can localize it by just looking at like San Diego State basketball, like we've been talking about.
Right.
That Michigan loss, they're the number 1 team.
Yeah.
That's not going to be a bad loss.
Nope.
At the end of the year.
Texas losing
Troy one.
Texas losing at Georgia. It was 35-10, and losing at Ohio State 14-7, not a problem.
No.
But losing at Florida 29-21 is keeping you out of the playoffs.
Yeah, man, that's what you look to.
And that wasn't week 1. It was week 5, I think.
And losing, if you're Miami, losing to SMU and losing to Louisville is what killed you, is what potentially could kill you. Beating Notre Dame head-to-head is great. That's great. But that win is also propping up your entire year. And so that's the difficult part. But, man, it is It's insane. And I get it, man. The coach, Sark has to go and campaign for his team. He has to. I think all these guys do. Cristobal has to do it. Marcus Freeman's got to do it. You have to do it. You have to go out there and campaign for your team. A lot of politicking. And, hey, man, you've seen some of it work. You've seen some of it work. The committee has been swayed, I think. So maybe we go back to the computers. Load it all in. What does the computer spit out? That's who we're going with. You can't. There's no argument. There's no favoritism. Put it by the numbers. Put it by the numbers, and we got to be able to figure out a better way and an easier way.
All right. If we included that as don't do this, then I will wish some do this.
DD mega doo-doo.
Good luck to a local team. USD Toreros women volleyball are in the NCAA tournament. They play today at 2:30 against Kansas State in Nebraska. The Toreros went 18-0 in the WCC this year.
Man.
They are one of the best local programs around. Coach Jennifer Petrie, been around the last 20, 25 years, taking her team to the tournament 20 times. And they went to the Final Four a couple of years ago as well. Tough road, though, after K-State, because they're the 8 seed. K-State's the 9, which means if they win, number 1 overall seed Nebraska likely waiting on their home court in round number 2 tomorrow. But still, always an accomplishment to get there, and maybe they can do something. They had every player of the year in the WCC. All first team, the best setter, the best outside hitter, the best coach of the year. Wishing Jennifer Petrie and her squad good luck today in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Well done, ladies, and good luck. Kick some ass.
And that is don't and do this for a Friday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, when we come back, we will chat with our buddy Darren Smith. It is World Cup Draw Day. The MLS Cup Final is tomorrow. We'll talk about baseball winter meetings and more with Darren Smith coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Okay, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
It's 2 weeks left until the end of our year, at least, on Ben and Woods. 2 weeks from today is our Christmas and holiday extravaganza. Woods is stressing out, as he always does.
Whoa.
I'm quietly stressing out.
Yeah.
You do it a little more.
I'm oddly calm this
And
year.
Paul is oddly calm this year.
Come on. Number 7. What is this, number 7?
7.
Yeah, we've done 6 of them. We're good. I know what we're doing.
Get that meat wheel, man. Gotta find that meat wheel.
We have a couple of things already in place.
Yeah, in the hopper.
Mm-hmm.
We got more than a couple. You just don't know about
Yeah,
them.
you just don't know about them.
We had Joe Musgrove kind of gave us a soft RSVP earlier this week.
Yeah. Diane Musgrove will be
She's
here.
definitely going to be
She's
there.
definitely going to
There
be
will
here.
be Musgrove representation.
Yes, Musgrove.
Coffee
Musgrove
and
will be here.
creamers and syrups and stuff for our audience, in-studio audience. If, by the way, you already know if you're going to be in the in-studio audience. Isn't that correct, Paulie? Yes. Okay. Just making sure. And there's always an open invitation to our next guest standing by, Darren Smith.
I believe he has also soft launched an RSVP.
Outstanding. Darren will join us right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danek.
We are seeing some improvements on our roads. In the East County, though, we've got some debris reported in the 2 left lanes, westbound 8, right before West Main Street. Also reports of a possible brush or encampment fire eastbound 54 before the 805, some smoke visible in the area. 7125 near the King Freeway reports of a stalled vehicle over to the right shoulder, a very narrow shoulder, and looks like they're having to provide a little traffic control with a stalled big rig, partially blocking the Fletcher Parkway off-ramp. Northbound 125. Northbound 805 definitely seeing some improvements. A crash cleared at the West 54 connector ramp up ahead. Accident cleared near Home Avenue. Might still see a little residual there. I'm Kelly Danek with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I spent most of last week trying to convince Woods that he's not a jinx. He really needs to see SDFC in person before the season ends.
Appreciate it.
They won't know you're there. Just show up, look at the crowd, look at Frontera SD, watch the environment. And we show up last Saturday. And within, 7 minutes, Vancouver scores. Then they score again. And Woods is just panicking up in the press box.
Sick.
And finally, after they get the third goal right before half, Woods says, we're out of here. And then we walk out and listen to Darren on the way home. Chucky scores. When we go, all right, yes, the evidence does point toward Woods potentially being a jinx. I don't know why, Darren, but if that was the case, then we're very sorry. I'm very sorry for bringing him.
Yeah, it's Ben's fault. I did not want to go.
Yeah, I mean, I could be in Fort Lauderdale, but Ben and Woods just had to go to a soccer game for no real reason whatsoever. Hadn't been to one all year, doing just fine. Ben and Woods show up. I see your names on the seating chart, and I knew.
Yeah, you knew.
And I knew it was going to be trouble.
I mean,
I just knew it. I had a bad feeling when I saw your guy's name on the seating chart, and I just said, well, it's been a good season, hasn't it?
Been a fun one. You guys, you all know the story of the Jake Cronenworth hit against the Dodgers. I left the game. I was so infuriated by how the Padres were playing. I looked at my wife.
It was like 2-0.
Yeah,
something.
I couldn't. Yeah. I was so mad, and I told her, I go, I can't be here right now. These playoff games are too intense. I don't want to talk to anyone. I go, can we please go? We got a babysitter. She goes, fine. And as we are turning into our entrance, Ha-Sung Kim hits the ball down the line. I get inside. I take my clothes off. I'm in my underwear, standing in front of the TV. Jake Cronenworth gets the knock. Paulie was at the game, stayed at the game. I leave the game. We win the game. And I'm like, all right, there's something to this. And so I've limited my action at big games. And now I think it's stupid. Jinxes really don't exist, I don't think, but holy smokes, man. Like, because I was the Seals PA announcer. We won some big games. I've been around some wins before. I know I've seen some wins.
Now, Darren, give us the real analysis of why they lost last Saturday that has nothing to do with Woods.
Yeah, I mean, it's because Scott Peters was there. A whole bunch of people. No, I'm kidding. It was just Vancouver. Vancouver's really good, and I think when you look at how the standings unfolded, the two teams were tied on points at the end of the regular season. SDFC won the tiebreaker because Major League Soccer does things a little bit differently in that the first tiebreaker prioritizes wins over goal differential. If it was goal differential like it is in a lot of other leagues, that game would have been in Vancouver, and you would have felt like Vancouver was the favorite in the game, right? So, they scored more goals. They allowed fewer goals. They only had 7 losses. They were tied with Miami. I think, it's easy to overlook how good Vancouver was during the season. And they came in with a great plan, and they absolutely just blitzed SDFC right from the opening whistle. I think they targeted a couple of young players, a couple of rookie players that SDFC had that were playing phenomenally well. But this is pro sports, and pro sports isn't about trying to take your foot off the gas just because the player's a rookie. They went out of their way to say, we're going to try to get the ball over there towards Ian Pilcher, and we're going to take advantage of him because he's playing out of position, and we think we can capitalize on the other side of the field with a different rookie. So I just think they deserve a lot of credit. The big point that feels disappointing, and Ben, I know you were out there earlier this week, we know that San Diego Football Club is better than this. And, it's one thing to lose, but I think what leaves the sour taste in everybody's mouth isn't just the loss. It's feeling like you didn't play well in the final game, in an elimination game. And that will sting. There's no doubt about it. But I think it's also easy to zoom out and understand and feel like this was really special.
Yeah, talking to our pal Darren Smith here on Ben and Woods this morning, and no rest for the weary, though. I mean, you guys are right back at this thing in how long?
A month.
January 9th, Players Report, I think, is the report date. So, certain guys have to go fly around the world and reintroduce themselves to their families. Ben, you were there when Manu Dua said he hadn't been home to Ghana in 4 years.
Wow.
So he was going to go home and spend time with family for a couple of weeks, and then he's expected to be back. Now, you're expecting guys to be back. Nobody really knows what's going to happen because transfer windows open up in January. So there's going to be a lot of rumors flying around about which players might stay, which players might go, which players could be added from different teams, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, it's not a lot of time at all, and like I had to ask Mike Ivaris that question, like, can you even decompress from this? And he's like, yeah, no. So he started thinking like, how am I going to do this? And, especially when you think about everything that goes into an expansion season, right? Like this is a long season if you've done this 10 times, but it's a really, really long season when you've done it for the first time and you have to do all the other things that come with doing it for the very first time in San Diego. So, I hope these guys get some rest. I know everybody's excited to get a second season going and see what it looks like. Who knows what to expect. I mean, how could it be better than this, right? There's only one way, and that's to go to MLS Cup. But, man, what a season. I just keep thinking that. Like, what a great opportunity it was just to be a part of it.
And you heard Tyler Heaps, the sporting director, say, even more amazing than Mano Dua not going home in 4 years. Tyler Heaps got married last December.
Yeah.
He said he is so busy putting together the team. He has seen his new wife, Lindsay Horan, from the U.S. women's national team about 20 times in the entire year. So maybe like Imagine 1.5 times a month, he saw his wife in the first year of their marriage.
Hannah's trying to get me to be the new sporting director of
right. That usually comes after a couple of years of marriage, right? Yeah. I mean, it's incredible because his wife plays in France and he got married December 28th of last year. And like you said, I mean, I asked him, just for some memories during the season, and he brought up that one LA Galaxy game where they won in the middle of the day, not the first one. And he's like, yeah, that was so special because my wife was here. Like, she doesn't get many opportunities to come out and to watch us play. So, he definitely, he's going to be doing some of his work, I'm sure, from Europe over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, I mean, the season's going to be here before you know it, man. It's like there's no opportunity. And the season actually starts sooner than the MLS season because you qualified for this tournament, this CONCACAF Champions Cup tournament. So that's going to start even earlier than the MLS regular season on February 21st. So, yeah, I mean, good luck, everybody.
Yeah, Darren Smith joins us right now, and I know you're fired up for World Cup. And, I was telling Benny walking out of wrestling on our way to SDFC, against my will, by the way, that I'm actually excited for World Cup because I watched so much MLS this year, enjoyed the hell out of it. I really did. The hearts and minds of San Diego were captured by this team. We have spent way more time talking about SDFC than I ever thought we would, and I've enjoyed every second of it. And now I'm like, all right, well, I don't watch a lot of international soccer. I don't watch the world stage very much. I'm excited to see what the next level looks like. How fired up are you for the World Cup? Who in your mind wins it? Who's the sneaky team? Give me all your Darren Smith World Cup analysis.
Well, I'm excited because it's here and it's in North America. So that means time-wise, you don't have to set alarm clocks and wake up and be like, do I really want to watch Spain and Portugal at 2 a.m? You can just say there will be games on from the time we wake up until the time we probably go to sleep, right? With the time zones and this being in Canada and Mexico and in the U.S., so I'm excited for that. The draw's today, so we'll know a little bit more about who's going to be playing whom. We'll know where exactly and when exactly tomorrow. I think they're going to spread this out over 2 days because why wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't they?
FIFA,
right?
Yeah, let's make sure that we can go as over the top and stretch this out as long as possible to just pluck some balls out of some fish bowls and announce teams. I am excited because you're going to have the biggest players in the world playing here in the U.S. for about a month. And, I think Spain is going to be the favorite. Argentina is going to be the co-favorite. Listen, Messi could say and sit all he wants and say he's not going to play. Man's going to play.
Is he really?
Man's playing next. I think so. I don't think there's any doubt. I mean, why wouldn't he play? He's already here. Like, they've already built an entire Argentina base camp in Miami for him. So I don't know why he wouldn't do this. Seriously, like Inter Miami has 10 Argentines on the squad, and they've already built. The national team has a base camp already built in Miami. So whatever. But that's exciting. I think that's good. I think that's part of the appeal for him playing here. So I think, the teams that the favorites, France, Argentina, Spain, England, I'm sure will make a lot of noise like they always do, but probably come up short. There's some sneaky good teams. Morocco's a team. Norway's a team. They have that Erling Haaland guy who you might see who plays for Manchester City, who scores 1 billion goals. So it's going to be great. I can't wait for the draw because I just want to try to plan like a trip. I just want to find out if I can actually get to some of these games. Nice. I would love to go to the 3 Mexican venues or maybe the Canadian venue. No offense to the U.S. venues, but those are NFL stadiums. I don't know that I'd rather go. But I also want to see who's going to be playing where, and 48 teams, biggest World Cup ever. So yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of juice to it.
I know you can't really say anything with any certainty until the draw is over, but for Team USA, you have the advantage of, just to explain it to everybody, there's 4 different like tiers, and you'll have one team from each tier. Because they're one of the hosts, US gets in the top tier, so they don't get picked with any of the other top teams. Now, there's still a lot of good teams in the second tier and the third tier, but it's an advantage to be the host. So what's a good result? We know they're not going to win the World Cup. They're not still after
what? How dare you? What kind of American?
After 30 years of promising that
he hates America
I
so
don't
much.
know. Was it 1990? Was it 1994 when we hosted the first time and everyone said, this is the taste? And then in like 10, 15 years, the U.S. will be alongside these other big teams. Remember that, Darren?
Team of the future every year. I've heard that every cycle.
Never happened. It's not happening this year. What's a good result for Team USA next summer?
I think winning at least a game in the knockout round, maybe making it to the,
that would be the
semis.
Sweet 16. That would be the Sweet 16 this year, because the knockout round starts at 32.
At 32, yeah.
So,
I mean, maybe, winning, maybe making it to, can you make it to the final 8? So much of this, like you said, depends on the draw. Like already, there's these doomsday predictions about, oh no, it's going to be Morocco and Norway and Italy, even though Italy hasn't even officially qualified. But I mean, I think winning a couple of games, like would, not just in the group stage, getting out of group should be the very least that anybody would expect here. There's going to be 12 groups of 4. Like you said, Ben, now we go on to 32-16. So, I mean, can you go toe to toe with a big team? Can you have an indelible moment like you did in 94 where you beat the Colombians? So, can you have one of those kind of moments and maybe make people believe that you can go on this magic carpet ride and maybe make it to the round of 8? I would like to see that. I think that would be considered success. Otherwise, I'd feel like we really haven't improved all that much from where we were in Qatar.
Well, so I wanted to bring this up too, because Paulie said, man, I got a text from D. Smith yesterday asking him, about next week and the week after. And he said, Darren always plays a little bit, not coy is not the right word, but he's like, oh, no, I mean, like, if it's done, you guys can just tell me it's done.
You're very appreciative.
You're very appreciative.
I'm like, our time's not over.
And I said, no. I said, I'm going to make sure I tell him on the air. You're on the show on Fridays. We're just doing this. And if we don't have soccer to talk about, we'll find something else to talk about. We can always find something. Baseball, football, college football, life, wine, whatever it is.
Ty Adcock.
You got any thoughts on Adcock?
Any thoughts on Adcock yesterday?
I had plenty of thoughts on Adcock. It's a tale as old as time. The Padres go out there and find a reliever who nobody's really heard of, and he'll probably be an all-star team. I mean, they've been doing this since the beginning of Petco Park.
So true. This is one thing AJ Preller does well. I said that. It's like, this is what they do well. So, probably going to be good.
Well, Kevin Towers did this. I mean, you find these relievers, Clay Meredith. We could all sit here for the next 15 minutes just rattling off random Padre relievers who you never heard of, who ended up becoming big-time pieces. Scott Linebrink.
Yeah.
Ikanora Otska, Mike Adams, Heath Bell.
Mike Adams was nasty. I mean, Mike Adams was nasty. That slider, forget it.
This guy should be the closer.
This
is amazing.
It's every year,
Jeremiah Estrada.
Yeah.
I mean, so I have no doubt that this guy is going to fit right in and be the next version of that. Well, I appreciate that, because I did say to Paul, I said, listen, if it's run its course, it's run its course.
It's not run its course. Pipe down. You're good. You're on the show.
I never feel like I'm on the show until I make my way into that graphic that you guys play on the YouTube show during traffic.
Get him in the graphic. ASAP. Get him in the graphic, please.
Yeah.
And
I
want the picture of him from the 90s when he had his long hair and he looked like he was in puddle of mud or saliva. That's the Darren Smith is my favorite.
Yeah. Well, thank you for saying that. Not like Nickelback or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah. Every time the Reds would come to town, Channel 4, the old Channel 4, and Matty V would put me on a side-by-side with who was that pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds? What was his name? Bronson Arroyo.
Bronson Arroyo.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So that was my claim to fame, is I could be compared to Bronson Arroyo on an old Cox Channel 4 broadcast. So, very exciting.
We will get you in the traffic montage ASAP. you can count.
No,
on
but
it.
you don't have to. It's okay.
No, shut up!
It's fine if you don't
Shut
want to.
Stop, Darren.
We're
We love
good.
you.
We love you. You're coming to the Christmas show, the whole thing. We're gonna
That's
really.
what I heard.
Yes.
Well, I did say is that. I mean, that sounds like an awkward virtual appearance. So I figured that would.
Come on in.
Yeah, come on
Say
in.
hi. Enjoy some
I mean,
of Diane
but you said the
Musgrove's
invites
coffee.
have been out, so I don't know.
No.
You're in.
You come in that last Friday. We're done for the year, and then like the SDFC reports like the week we get back in January,
so we're good.
It's all good.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, I don't know how these guys do it. We think the baseball season's long just because it's every day.
I
mean,
know.
This thing started in freaking February.
I can't even. And they run so much. They have to be tired.
They just
Darren,
they just keep running.
Appreciate it. Have a great weekend, and we will talk to you next Friday and every Friday for the foreseeable
The
future.
rest of your life,
Thank you.
buddy. You're locked
Well,
in.
that sounds like a threat.
It is.
It is.
Darren
Thank you, guys.
Smith
Love you.
on
Thanks,
David
Steve
P.
Smith.
Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. All right, we'll come back. We have 2 hours left. We will talk some football. Last night's game was interesting.
Yep.
Plus, college football championship weekend is upon us. Our biggest fan. We've got Take on Woods all ahead as well. So don't go anywhere. Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we are halfway home on a Friday. Been a really fun show so far. Hopefully the last 2 hours are as good as the first. Always the challenge for the Ben and Woods program, and really most morning programs, I would guess. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer of the program, and Ben Higgins is your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. Joins us as well. Just went out into the hallway and worked. I wanted to film his new walk, and it seemed, the guy fixed his bat path entirely, Paulie, and now he's just hitting backspin doubles off the back wall of the cage.
It's impressive.
Off the back of the net, which is the dream.
It is the dream. Or even for a golfer, you go to the range, you got to get a nasty slice.
Yep.
And you go out for like 5 minutes and I figured this out.
Yeah,
it never works that way.
One little tweak. And
but with my walk, it kind of worked that way.
So I just tweeted it out. Guy put his head down, got to work. Looks like a functioning member of society. Also, I added him trying to gritty per Kyle from Vista's request.
How'd that go?
It's better than you could have ever imagined. What a grinder you are, Ben Higgins, SD. Again, one thing he wanted to fix, got in the lab, figured it out. I wish our San Diego Padres would take note from you.
Now, I'm never going to be suave. I know this, but I can look more like a normal human being. There's ways to at least approach normal human being.
Normalcy. Yeah.
Wow, that is. I'm watching it in the stream. I look like a regular person walking.
Just a regular Joe.
How did I let it get so bad?
I just fixed it. You look normal. Completely.
Nah, that's not normal.
That was me trying to
that's
gritty.
him trying to gritty.
Yeah, that was.
And I said, no.
You got to go both arms
for the
at
gritty.
same
That's what.
time.
So here we go.
That's
Boom.
right.
Okay,
There we go.
Better. Much better. My kids do it all the time. Just they gritty everywhere they go. They just look at me and smile.
6'7".
Yeah,
6'7".
I'm telling you. 6'7", I feel like he's losing a little steam.
Really? Already?
Yeah, I feel like it is. We were at football practice last night, and coach said something about 6'7", and only like 3 of the 7 kids went 6'7".
Too many
Cool kids have already moved
done
on
it.
to 8'9".
Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah, you really, really killed it.
Thank you.
Killed it. That's
Thank
a
you.
real cocksure walk right there, as Moss 1083 says.
Adcock, sure.
But you knocked it out of the park, buddy.
Cock of the walk.
Yeah, the cock of the walk. Very
I've got to remind everybody, because I have not done so, it is not too late to get your name in for our biggest fan contest. We will have our announcement in 1 hour of the last biggest fan for this week. You also have 1 o'clock and 5:30 today. Your opportunity to qualify for our grand prize night in an Odyssey suite with 20 tickets. The fan staff catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine for a game next season. Register your name at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan if you'd like to hear your name called potentially later this morning.
Damn it! I said giddy in the chat, not gritty. It wouldn't let me say gritty, so now I've had a misspelling in my tweet. And there's no edit button. Figure it out. You can edit on Instagram. I posted the guy that did our Christmas cards is our pal Justice Parman, and he did a dynamite Christmas card for us this year. We did the Fight Club theme. So my Bo is holding up the soap. It says Happy Holidays on it. Taylor's in the back behind him. Looks just like Ed Norton. And we did a Fight Club theme. And Justice did it. So I tagged the wrong Justice, left it up for like 2 hours. And then I had a buddy text me. He's like, who did your card? Who is this guy? And I went, oh my God, I tagged the wrong guy. But with Instagram, I could just go in, change the name, and it worked. With Twitter, X, now it's just going to say trying to giddy.
You can edit now.
I know you have to,
but I think you have to have a check mark,
which I still refuse to do.
I know.
Which is dumb of me to not do that, because I would make money with my tweets from Dodger fans. The rage baiting of it is so easy. Like I probably could have gotten a new car. If
viral videos of Ben walking.
Yep.
You'd be making a fortune.
Damn it. Gritty. Obviously I meant gritty. GRIDDY.
I am kind of giddy sometimes, though.
Yeah, you are. You are.
Especially now that I know how to walk.
I think it's going to change the game for you, actually.
Before we do anything else, I'd like to wish a happy birthday to my mother-in-law, Marcia Littler. Happy birthday, mother-in-law.
Happy birthday, Marcia. My mom is named Marcia as well.
I know.
Yeah.
We have a lot of weird connections.
We really do. We do have a lot of connections. Our mothers look very similar. They could be sisters. It's actually quite weird. When I see your mom, it gives me a sense of like calm, because she is, number one, so sweet, but she also looks a lot like my mom, which is very odd. So I think if you did a side by side,
My mom was a little more southerny.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's got a little southern.
Your mom is a little southern to
yeah,
her, though.
yeah, definitely. But my mom was actually born in San Diego,
And my mom was born in Los Angeles.
much like yourself.
Right.
You're probably very happy for Katie Wu.
I am happy for Katie. When you are too.
Yeah, very happy. Very happy. We got a lot of feedback on the Katie Wu interview yesterday. Some people were like,
We always do.
that's also very true. A lot of creeps out there for sure.
Some of you should be ashamed of
Some
yourself.
of you should really be ashamed of yourself.
Get it together.
Yeah,
some of you.
Figure it out. Act like you
First time ever seeing a woman?
Act like you've been there before.
Good God.
My Lord. We had to like boot people from the chat yesterday. Perverts in there. It's like, hey, yeah, she's an attractive girl, but who's very talented at what she does. Why don't you relax a little bit? Fawning over her.
She's here to talk baseball.
And she's
not
fantastic at it.
Not to,
Not to
Not-
be
not to
some-
what,
not to
man?
be objectified.
Right, exactly.
For your
She's not here to titillate. She is here to talk baseball.
such a great word. Exactly.
She does have a very appealing and easy way about
Very
her.
much. You're saying she's easy?
No, an easy way about
Oh.
her. She makes you comfortable when talking to her.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Very much
Yeah.
so. She's always been that way. She's family on this program. So we have people, don't ever have her on again. I'm like, all right, relax.
Settle
Just
down.
Settle down, man. Settle down. Again, I do think the way that she writes, she is not a cheerleader. And when you're in her position for the Athletic, she's not going to be paid to be a cheerleader. And I do think I'm going to get some good scoopage. from her.
I will pull back the curtain and tell you that Dennis Lynn is not always the favorite person of the San Diego Padres.
100%.
For how he covers the team for the Athletic, which means he's probably doing his job.
Not probably. He's absolutely
In the right way. Yeah.
absolutely doing his job the right way. So I do think
Sometimes we're not the favorite people from the San
That's-
Diego Padres.
that's true
Every
as
once in a
well.
while, try to have a good relationship with them, but they're not 100% happy with us all the time.
Well, I will say, they should be happy with us today because we are in full support of adding Joe. What is it? Ty Adcock.
Who is Joe Adcock as a person, though? I remember that name. American baseball player.
Joe Adcock.
He was.
Played for the Cardinals.
He was a manager
He's a
and
Tiger.
player for the Tigers.
Paulie.
I am on fire.
Man. Joe Adcock.
No, wait, Milwaukee
No, you already said
Braves,
it.
actually.
You already said it.
No, it's the Milwaukee
Nope.
Braves.
Big Joe Adcock.
Big M on his hat for Milwaukee.
All right.
Also played for the Cincinnati Reds, Cleveland Indians, and California Angels.
So not the, what did I say?
Not the Tigers, not the
Tiger.
Cardinals.
Okay. I thought he was.
Louisiana native, went to LSU in Baton Rouge.
There you go. Look at that. Another connection. Ty Adcock. We're very much in
A lot of
support
Baton
of
Rouge
that.
today.
A lot of Baton Rouge today. So sorry about that. Oh, somebody on Reddit called us rage baiters. Rage baiters for having our friend on that got a new gig. It doesn't make any sense to
No,
me.
it doesn't make any sense at all.
Rage baiting would be having Dave Roberts on. That I could understand you get upset about.
Yeah.
But having
Pantone, whatever.
yeah,
like
having the leader of Pantone 394 on or 294, whatever it is. That's rage baiting, but we don't do that.
Because what's going to be the move when the season starts? We're going to have her on when those series happen.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Right?
She's going to
Of
come
course.
in studio.
Yeah, when they're in town, she'll be here. 100%.
They called you rage baiters when you were talking about who could potentially buy out the Padres. Rage baiters. When I read the text from my phone, how's that rage baiting?
Like who could buy the team?
Yeah.
Like Joe Lacob?
I don't consider us that. Look, there are plenty. You want to get rage baited and click baited to death? There's plenty of shows out there for you. Plenty of podcasts for you. That's not how we do our business.
We honestly sometimes feel bad that we don't do it more because it drives a lot of online
it drives
content.
traffic and content.
And we don't like doing it.
I don't like to do it. I cannot do it. That's not what we're about.
Does it accidentally happen sometimes?
Sure. But like the whole well, I heard from a source that blah blah blah. We just try not to do that stuff. We just try not to. It's been a directive of this program for a long time. So thank you for defending us, K-Laws Baseball in the chat. Very much appreciated. But yeah, if you listen to the show any amount of time, you know that that's not the way that we operate.
I was actually talking about something similar to a buddy of mine who doesn't really know how radio or media in general works. And I was just kind of telling him, like, look, man, ultimately I'm trying to just stay at peace with the idea that unfortunately people are going to hear what they're going to hear.
That's true.
And I can't control
it, man.
You see some of these comments, you're like, hey, did you even listen?
Did you
even hear the words that Woods or Ben or me or whoever said? Like, I don't think you did.
Yeah.
Because if you did, there's no way you could possibly still think that.
I had a guy in our chat the other day said that I don't respect San Diego. I think that's one. Remember the guy that was coming after me because I wasn't born here, which is such an admirable skill to have again. And he said, respect San Diego. And I'm like, I don't know that I could possibly respect a place more. Like, I landed here 15 years ago in February and was like, yeah, never leaving here. And that one bugged me because I mean, I love this place. I extol its virtues. I'm actually okay with if the team doesn't do what it's supposed to do, it's okay. The sun will rise literally here almost every day of the year. It's the greatest place on the planet. So that one kind of bummed me out a little bit, but
it's funny.
I know plenty of people that were born here that don't respect San Diego as much as I do.
And while I am proud that, my dad was born here, his dad, his parents, there are very few fourth generation San Diegans, even though technically I wasn't born here.
Yeah,
but
you
my
weren't.
family
It stopped with them.
My family is from here for a long time. That really doesn't matter. What matters are your choices and, what you do once you get here. As with everything. Doesn't matter where you were born, what the color of your skin is. Are you a good person? You make the good choices. And Woods is good San Diego through and through. Even though you weren't born here.
Purple, great point. Who respects San Diego more, me or Chula Vista native Mario Lopez? I'll wait for your answer. I'll sit back and.
But he was born here, though.
Yeah,
you just don't understand.
Okay, I get it. Who respects it more?
I'm going to go with Woods.
Me,
yeah,
100%, 100%. So that every now and then the comment sneaks through, and you look at it and you go, "What?" All right, and then you start to think. Of course, if you're an overthinker, you're like, did I disrespect? No.
By the way, you can leave San Diego for whatever circumstances and still be a true loyal San Diegan. Adam Jones comes to mind.
Yeah.
He was talking about San Diego on social media this morning. Even though he doesn't live here anymore, he's in Barcelona. He's still proud of San Diego, proud where he comes from.
Building a home here.
Still trying to
come back here and get through the red tape.
About a 5-year process.
It has been a while. What is his deal?
No idea.
Where has he been? This thing was supposed to be done. We were supposed to be playing golf with him once a week. Right. So I don't know what the hell's happening. But
long, slow process from last time we talked to him, which is a while ago now, about his house. He's like, dude, you know how long it takes to even get a meeting with somebody to get zoning approved or whatever.
It's true. And it's funny. Somebody in the chat just said, born here, but moved to the Midwest for a long time. I have a whole new respect for San Diego. That's the thing, is you have to have lived in other places. And I had this conversation the other day with my 7-year-old. We were driving home from baseball practice, and we were talking about, going away to college or whenever, it's years away, but it'll be here before you know it. And he said, do you want me to stay here and go to college, Dad, so I can be close, or do you want me to go away? And I looked at him in the rearview mirror and I go, first of all, look around you. I said, see that? You can see the beach from here. I said, you have to realize this isn't normal. This is not everybody's reality. And I said, for me, as much as I would miss you for 4 years, or if he's anything like me, for 7 years, when you go away to various colleges across the country, I want you to experience some new things so that you will appreciate where you come from, the incredible, but I think you need at some point in your life to live somewhere where there's 4 seasons, to appreciate it, to meet other perspectives and get other perspectives and people from other. He goes, all right, okay, I'll go to Chicago.
I never left, and I didn't appreciate it when I was a kid. I think that's part of just being a kid.
Taking it for
That's
granted.
all you know. But even though I never left, I still get a thrill when I see a slice of the ocean. Just a
little
I'm
taste.
driving, or I'm at hill, I can see the ocean from here.
Imagine how I feel.
Always love that. I still always love, if you're on the 5th tee at Goat Hill Park, you can see a little corner of the ocean right over there. I'm always like, look at the ocean, look at the ocean. I always like to point it out.
Yeah, and you've been here your whole life.
I've been here my whole life,
and I just think that perspective, to get away for a while. See, and listen, you may go there, fall in love, and never come home. That's the risk that you run. That stuff happens all the time. But I just thought, man, this is so abnormal to be looking at this every single day.
It's almost like you can't make it rule or any societal norms, because everybody's on their own paths, but like every kid, whether you're college age and going to college or just college age and entering the workforce, moving out and trying something new is such an important, valuable tool.
Even you, like I would have expected you, based on what you told me, Ben, about your youth, that you would have gone to state. Like, just, I'm staying home. I want to be in my cocoon. Say, even going up to Pomona was a risk.
Something.
I mean, it's something.
It was as far from the ocean as you can be in Southern. At least it felt like it.
But again,
you're an hour and a half from the ocean.
Mommy and daddy aren't there to make you grilled cheese. Mama's not doing your laundry for you. You know, all of that stuff. I think it's so important for somebody's personal growth. So I told him, I go, dude, the day you leave for college, if it's not somewhere close, I go, you're going to have to pick me up off the floor. I said, but I'll also be extremely proud of you and your brother if you decide I'm going to go try this on my own and do it. And I said, it did wonders for me and the person that I am. I said, but you know, you're gonna make your own decisions and I'm going to support you either way. I said, but you have to realize this is not normal. This is not what most kids grow up.
KG the Elephant dropping wisdom in the chat. Trying something new is important. Unless it is heroin.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true.
Very good rule to live by.
Great life advice, KG. Great life advice.
Way to wrap that up with a nice bow, KG.
All right, we're going to come back and play a little Take on Woods. If you'd like to try to qualify for our trip to Las Vegas grand prize, play a little musical trivia against the champ here. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Play our game coming up next after a check of traffic with Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. I got a tweet that hurt me a little bit yesterday.
Oh.
When you posted the video of me walking. I think it was Hector said, he walks like a former fat person. And it hurt because it was kind of true. I think that was partly my problem. And now I've lost the weight and I still walk like I used to. So I've had to train myself, but I lost the weight thanks to sdfatloss.com. I wouldn't trade anything for that. It has changed my life. My back pain used to be so much worse. My knee pain was so much worse. You lose the weight. I feel so much better every single day. It's worth it. It's 2 months. It is a short time in your life. And you can lose so much weight in that time, up to 10 to 20% of your body weight, up to a pound of fat per day, eating real foods, not shakes or bars. That made it doable for me, and it made it sustainable to keep the weight off for now 2.5 years going strong. You can be the next success story. Just sign up for a free consultation at sdfatloss.com. Find out how the program works from your counselor. They will support you every step of the way. And if you sign up before December 31st, take $400 off or more. Lowest prices of the year. You can start now. You can start after the holidays at your schedule, at your convenience. But just do it and know that in 2026, you're going to be a new you, feeling better than you have in years. Just like me, so many tier ones have gone through the program, lost thousands of pounds in San Diego. You can be next. Go to sdfatloss.com. That's sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Getting more winter meetings preview content. Jeff Passan has a piece out about who could be the potential signings next week. And you just saw a little nugget from Mark Feinsand, correct?
It was from a tier 1, but it said Feinsand says that the Padres are still in the mix on Michael King. So,
all right, still talking?
I'd love to get him back.
Not surprised that the Padres would continue as long as possible down the road, the Michael King road.
Yeah.
Now, they may not ultimately be able to afford him, but I'm glad they're still talking, according to Mark Feinsand.
Hi, this is Michael King.
Hi, Michael.
Hi,
Please
Michael.
come back.
Let's play today's game. It's time for a little Take on Woods. Take on Woods, brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we got the king. Rex is our contestant today. Good morning, Rex.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
I'm good. That's what your name means in Latin. King. Rex.
I know.
All right. He knows. He knows what his name means. All right. Here's how the game works.
You want to explain more about his name?
5 questions.
It's spelled R-E-X.
I was getting really for everybody else. That was just a reference, just trying to explain that. All right. 5 questions of musical trivia. If you beat or tie Woods, we will put you on our grand prize drawing trip for 2 to the Park MGM in Las Vegas. We're going to throw in tickets to New Kids on the Block, their residency coming to the Dolby Live at Park MGM next year, and a $100 gas card. How does that sound, Rex?
Sounds good.
All right, let's do this. You get to pick the category while Woods sits in the dark outside the studio. Your choices are A Bundle of Joy. Those are all 2-second songs, including the word joy. We've got the Uncola. Those are 5 one-word song titles that begin with un. And we have Extra Sweet. Is it Extra Sweet? If you take that one, it'll also be all 2-second songs.
Is it extra sweet?
Including the word sweet. So, Bundle of Joy, the Uncola, or Extra Sweet. Rex, what would you like to play?
Let's try the Uncola.
All right. No one's going with these 2-second song categories. Again, 5 questions. Everything begins with un. That was, by the way, the tagline for 7-Up was the un-cola. You'll have 60 seconds to answer as many as you can. If you don't know one, say pass. We will come back to it at the end. You'll have, of course, 60 seconds. First question is the 2-second song. You need to give me the song title and the artist to score that point. Rex, are you ready to play?
Let's do it.
All right. Paul, you good?
Just about. Yes.
All righty. Let's put 60 seconds on the clock. The category is called the un-cola. Rex, your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on Woods.
Pass.
A top 10 hit in 1990 by British band EMF. Which song uses samples of comedian Andrew Dice Clay's
Unbelievable.
Correct. Natalie Cole released which 1991 hit that was a virtual duet?
Unforgettable.
Correct. Rob Thomas sings I'm Not Crazy, I'm Just a Little Bit What? In a 2003 hit.
Unwell.
Correct. Which 1994 promotional single was only a minor hit at the time for Stone Temple Pilots, but endures today and remained a regular song during their live concerts?
Pass.
All right, go back to our 2-second song.
Pass.
All right, back to which 1994 promotional single was only a minor hit at the time for Stone Temple Pilots, but endures today, remained a regular song during their live concerts. Running out of time.
Untainted.
Oh, we got 3. We got the middle 3. Unbelievable, Unforgettable, and Unwell. The 2-second song was Unchained by Van Halen. And Unglued is Stone Temple Pilots. I don't know. Feels like a 4-3 or a 5-3. We'll see. All right, Rex's score is locked in. Woods does this without knowing the category. Let's put 60 seconds back on the clock. Woods, your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on Rex.
Oh, yeah, that's Van Halen, Unchained.
Correct. A top 10 hit in 1990 by British band EMF. Which song uses samples of comedian Andrew Dice Clay's signature line, oh!
Unbelievable.
Correct. Natalie Cole released which 1991?
Unforgettable.
Correct. Rob Thomas sings I'm Not Crazy, I'm Just a Little Bit
Unwell.
Correct. Which 1994 promotional single was only a minor hit at the time for Stone Temple Pilots, but endures.
Unglued.
Oh, too good today, Rex. He was too good today in the category the Uncola.
Love it.
He got 3. He did well.
That's
but
good.
Not good enough
Not
today
quite.
against the champ. Good job this week. You won every game. Only our real or fake yesterday provided a qualifier for the grand prize. 2 weeks to go.
Yeah, took him to the woodshed. Sorry about it.
Yeah.
Not gonna.
I didn't know. I did not know that was Dice
Oh,
Man
oh,
until did the research for the category.
Dickory.
Did everybody know that was Andrew Dice Clay other than me?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I just assumed it was someone in the band was doing that.
Sometimes I went back and watched some Dice recently. I remember loving it in like 7th grade, and I watched it as a 50-year-old, and I went, "Oh, didn't hold the same, pack the same punch as it did when I was a kid." I mean, in 7th grade, it was the height of comedy. Like
yes, but when you were in 7th grade, you hadn't really heard such things.
No,
before.
I'd never heard anything like that ever.
Now you say such
Now I
things
say
yourself.
such things.
So when he says it, it's not
There he is.
nearly as exciting.
Yeah, he's funny as hell, but it was just weird. Like I also watched recently, American Pie was on, and I stopped down on a Sunday afternoon. The kids were playing, and I went, "Oh, check this out. It's been a minute since I watched American Pie." I watched it for about 20 minutes. I go, "This is a colossal piece of garbage. Like colossally bad. The acting was terrible. I mean, horrific." And I went, man, to think how much I loved this movie when it came out. It sucks getting older. Really does, because in my opinion, it didn't hold up that well.
Talking about a different movie, I knew it wasn't a good movie
At the time.
when you watched it.
Yeah.
But you still you were enthralled by it. I was 13 years old when Napoleon Dynamite came out. And it was kind of like intentionally, it was so bad that you're like, no, actually, I can actually see like there's some artistic genius to this, how low budget and how bad it was. I don't even know. I haven't seen that movie in 5-10 years. I don't know if it still holds up, but good God, like every 12, 13-year-old, that was the greatest movie ever when it came out.
Yeah.
Well, about American Pie, quickly. How surprising is it when that came out? It was such a monumental hit at the time.
Yes, huge.
That you thought all those young actors would probably go on to be superstars.
Superstars.
Not really any of them did. Well, what's Jason Biggs done lately? Sean William Scott.
He's still
they're
very
all
much working.
relevant and they're working. But by far the one that has become the biggest star of everyone in that movie, Jennifer Coolidge, Stifler's mom.
Stifler's mom. Yeah, massive.
Eugene
Well,
Levy.
you cannot.
Eugene
well, he was
Levy.
already
Famous.
kind of big, but she's gone on to have. I mean, you can't turn your head without seeing Jennifer Coolidge
Was that
somewhere.
her? Like she's on the map.
I don't.
now,
I mean,
her
she must
moment?
have done some stuff before that, but I
Yeah.
don't remember in anything before
She was
American Pie.
so good in Best in Show. Oh my God, she was brilliant in that. She was great in White Lotus. I mean, phenomenal in White Lotus. The commercials bugged me a little bit, but
It bugged me a lot of
they
it.
bugged me a lot of bit as well. So I
Talk about typecasting.
yeah, a little bit.
She's locked in. She's not. Is she really like that?
I
She's
think
probably
so.
not.
I think
don't know.
so. But yeah, it was tough.
Crap.
Yeah, crap. It was a tough one. It was a tough one. It really was bad. This is a colossal turd. It really is.
I'll still watch it.
You have a little football talk in you. Did you hear what Richard Sherman had to say about George Pickens last night?
No, I
It
did
was
not.
He went
kind.
off.
It was not
I would like to hear the audio.
kind. We'll find that for you and talk about Cowboys Lions, an important game last night. When we come back with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Last chance this week, though, to remind everybody, if you do not have your estate documents in order, then you cannot look at all your family members this holiday, your spouse, your kids, and think, oh, yeah, they're good. They're taken care of.
Yeah.
You might be leaving them in a world of hurt. You don't want to do that. You want the peace of mind of knowing it's all taken care of. Woods?
That's exactly right. Just go to trustandwill.com. Use the code FAN when you check out for 20% off of your trust or will. The trust is really paramount, right? You want to make sure that your family isn't dragged into probate court. It's lengthy. It's expensive. It's just not a process anybody wants to go through. So you can make sure that doesn't happen after you're gone by, going to trustandwill.com. Use the code FAN when you check out.
Probate court, lengthy and expensive. Trust and will, not so much. You do it quickly from the ease of your own home. No lawyer's office, no big fees, just one low fee. And again, if you use the code FAN, you're going to get 20% off that fee when you get your will or trust by going to trustandwill.com. That's trustandwill.com.
Okay, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Just to talking movies, did you see the breaking news this morning that Netflix is buying Discovery, Warner Brothers Studios, which includes HBO Max?
I saw that. I didn't open the link. I didn't see what all that entails.
Yeah, so Netflix is going to own HBO Max now, which everybody's panicking about. I'm sure it just means you're going to get now 2 for 1 low price instead
of course.
Yes.
This is gonna save everybody
a fortune,
tons of money on their streaming services. When you buy Netflix, they're just gonna throw in HBO Max for free now. I'm sure.
Totally.
I'm sure that's exactly how it's gonna work.
Totally.
They're not gonna double the price of both. No way.
No
chance.
No. They always got the best interest of the consumer in mind.
Keep an eye out. They're probably going to write you all checks and just be like, "Hey, you know what?
We're doing so
you paid
well.
Too much. Here
we
you
thought
go."
we'd just pay our customers now. This is awesome. This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by IHOP, introducing the IHOP Value Menu, where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big, filling, sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your Happy Plates with a $6 IHOP Value Menu available every day at IHOP, $7 in some locations. Now, we're going to talk about what Richard Sherman said about George Pickens, but I think the real question here is what happens when you have a superstar player who's clearly very, very good at what he does.
Yes.
But doesn't always deliver the effort you'd like to see.
But
he's still better than most other people on the field.
The old checkout bit.
But he's not always 100% with you. What do you do about that? We'll talk about it after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danek.
Been kind of a busy morning here. We're not quite over it yet. Northbound 5 at East Street, accident involving several vehicles, including a motorcycle. It's been pushed over to the right shoulder. Also, westbound King Freeway near College, accident over to the right shoulder. Now, westbound 8 jumping into the act right before Marina Boulevard. This is always a tricky spot. Got an accident involving several vehicles. Not showing if lanes are blocked, but we are showing some debris in the roadway. And tow truck rolling up to join that party. Northbound 125 before Lemon. Accident blocking the slow lane, and looks like they may have gotten that stalled big rig off the Fletcher Parkway off-ramp, northbound 125. Yay! I'm Kelly Danek with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Now, let me first say, I don't think George Pickens was the reason the Cowboys lost. He didn't give up 44 points.
Yeah, defense was bad.
The defense was bad. But there were definitely some plays where you could see George Pickens did not put out maybe the best effort. There was the interception that basically just ripped like right away from him. There was a deep ball where it looked like he had a step on everybody and just let it fall surprisingly close to his feet. Like, you really want me to reach for this thing? Sort of.
Bro, I watched it 50 times. His arms stay by his side. Like, you're not going to catch a football. I mean, it's not a bad throw. It's not a bad throw.
And
I don't get it.
After the game on the Amazon Prime post-game show, former DB Richard Sherman unloaded on George Pickens of the Dallas Cowboys after the 44-30 win for the Lions.
George Pickens throughout the game, especially late in the game, just looked uninterested in playing football. And that's what you can't have. If you're going to be a superstar, if you want to be the best receiver in the National Football League, you can never be disengaged. It doesn't matter if the game's going your way or not going your way. You can't just disappear in these games or else you're not going to have impact. And just right here, cruising routes. You're the guy.
Yeah.
You're the guy. CD Lamb is not in this game. He's out, and you get intercepted on your slant routes, and you can't be the guy and half-ass it. I'm sorry. That's just, you can't, it's unacceptable. And if you're the Dallas Cowboys and you're looking at him and you're looking to pay him big-time receiver money, $40 million, you got to look at this tape and say, hey, is this a guy we can trust paying $40 million to show up regardless of circumstance? I don't know.
Credit to Richard Sherman for being unafraid to say what many commentators will vaguely kind of allude to.
You're not going to hear people on a post-game studio setup like that right after a game call a player and say half-assed.
Yeah, for sure. And you saw there was a route he ran that was like, ball came to him, by the way. It wasn't, hey, they're going to run to the right. I'm on the left side. So I'm going to, do my kind of half-assed curl route. No, the ball was coming to him and he was like, boom, off the line. Turns around, limply, languidly goes after the ball. Short arm. It's not what you want to see if you're
going to reach for that thing.
Yeah, it's out of my reach.
Now, the reality, I think, is also true. George Pickens has had a really good season and is a really good wide receiver when he wants to be. But there's no way that the Pittsburgh Steelers would not have given up on him if they didn't know that this was part of it.
Part of the comes with the package, maybe.
And they decided, and by the way, the Steelers could very much use a George Pickens. They're tied for first place. They don't have that kind of weapon necessarily that he is. And they decided they were better off without him.
Well, he made the point too. CD Lamb goes down, I think concussion. So they
had come out of the game.
So that means you're now number one. And
now he was drawing a ton of double teams. Yep. And after the game, he was asked about it, and he said, well, it wasn't great for me what the Lions were doing, but it was opening up other people. I was doing my part in that I was drawing a bunch of coverage and, basically implying, why wasn't Dak Prescott throwing to the other guys who were open? Why is he throwing to me when I got two guys on me? What am I supposed to do over here?
Yeah, a little defeatist attitude, man.
But, Cowboys fans, I think, have the right to be a little upset because that was a must-win game, really, for both teams. Yeah. We talked about it yesterday, that the winner was going to have around or above a 50% chance of making the playoffs, according to the stat projections. The loser was going to be down around 10 to 15%. I think the Cowboys are down like 7 or 8% to make the playoffs after the loss. Their season is almost over unless they run the table and get some help. So you would like to think your players in a game like that are going to show some desperation, a little more urgency and effort than what the Cowboys got from George Pickens.
Well, and again, you did make the point. The defense could not stop Jahmyr Gibbs last night. He's unbelievable. I just saw a stat from him. So this is insane. Wrap your head around this. Through 45 career games, Barry Sanders averaged 5 yards a carry. Jahmyr Gibbs, 5.5 yards a carry.
Really?
Jerry Rice, 43 total TDs. Jahmyr Gibbs, 47 total TDs. Emmitt Smith, 4,601 total yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, 4,726 total yards. Buried in Detroit. Don't hear a ton about him, but what a superstar he is, man, in 45 games.
So the Lions do still have a pathway to the postseason. Yep. In fact, slightly above 50% chance. They absolutely needed that win. They got it. They're still going to need to keep winning. They're still going to need some help along the way. They're currently eighth in the NFC at 8-5 behind, you need to be in the top 7 to make the playoffs. The 49ers, the Packers, the Seahawks are all ahead of them for wild card spots. But if they do keep winning, there should be a pathway for Detroit to get in now at the end of the season.
Yeah, man. That was the team I was riding with at the beginning of the year and did not have a good stretch there. But that was a much, much, much needed win last night at home.
And the Cowboys, I think ultimately we knew were not a playoff team. They had a good stretch there in the middle of the season, but they played too poorly at the beginning and ultimately have too big of a hill to climb now to think that they might get into the playoffs. What would be the point? If they got there, Dak Prescott's had a good, healthy bounce-back season. He's a good quarterback. He is. They just don't have enough around him right now to really be considered a major contender.
Well, and especially when those guys aren't giving max effort or much effort at all.
But so philosophically, though, what do you do? If you have a player, you know they're one of the most talented people on the field, on the court, on the diamond, but there is sometimes an effort issue. Is it, you go, you know what, I'll take what I can get because it's better than what I get. I can get Mr. Hustle gives 110% every time, but
terrible.
Ultimately he's just not as good as this guy giving 75%.
Well, I mean,
what do you do about that?
You're talking
if you're
to
a
the
coach.
You're talking to the wrong person because the highest level I coach is Little League Baseball. I like the effort. The one thing I tell my kids all the time is I don't care even a little bit about your results. Not even a little. I don't care. You strike out 4 times. I don't care. What I need from you is attitude and effort. And those are the only things you can really control, right? You can't control if you're going to get a pitch to hit or if you roll it over. I mean, you can't control it, but I'm not going to be mad at you for rolling over a belt-high fastball. It happens. It's baseball. So what I'm looking for from every kid that I coach is, are you a good teammate? Do you have a good attitude? And do you give effort? If you're out there throwing dirt up in the middle of the inning, that's not a good effort or attitude. So I don't want you out in the field, right? Like that's, for me, that's where it starts and stops. So when you're talking about professionals, though,
I think we're talking like at least high school.
You're talking about
competition.
And
you're there to win.
In high school, you half-ass some stuff, you're out. You're done. You're on the bench.
I
even
know,
if you're
I know
great.
what you're saying. In a long season, whether it's 17 football games or 162 baseball games, if you see that, you know what, I can kill myself on this play and I'm double covered and it's not going to make a difference, maybe I should save myself for the next play. I could sprint to first base on this routine grounder to second, but I got to play 162 of these things.
Yep.
I'm going to try to make what I think is the best decision for me, hold a little in reserve so that when I do get that single coverage, I've got something left in the tank in the fourth quarter. Is that not a legitimate calculation that you can make as a wide receiver? I'm not saying that's what George Pickens was doing, but can you say, I don't need to go as hard on this play. It's not designed for me. Yeah, it may end up coming to me, but I got 2 guys and a safety on top.
This one was single coverage.
I've got nothing here. One of them was
single coverage, and he ran the slowest comeback route you've ever seen. DB jumps in at the last second, knocks it away. Listen, man, when there's one game a week, that's different to me. There's one game a week. You got to go kind of balls out, right? Like if you're a football player, you got one chance a week. If there was one baseball game a week, I would be like, I need to see you guys busting it down the line every time. But I know
if it's a playoff game, same thing.
100%, man. In a course of and again, you're talking about professionals, right? So it does.
George Pickens is a professional.
No question, no question. And I think a professional needs to know when that time is, and that's okay. Like, there's no player on earth that gives max effort 100% of the time. None.
I think that's true.
None, because they have to know. I've got to mitigate. I've got to regulate. But when you're talking about kids and stuff, yeah, man, you need to go balls out all the time, run into first, whatever it is. Once you're making money in the big leagues and you are a professional, I'm going to put a lot of trust into those guys that have been doing it for decades. Of like, they know when they need to turn it on and they know when they don't need to. And if they didn't turn it on in a spot they should have, I will let them know, hey, you probably should have gassed it up there a little bit, right?
That's fair. That's fair. All right, final hour of Ben and Woods coming up. Our biggest fan announcement will kick things off. Paulie, we're going to do the most mispronounced words of the year.
We are.
In our Reindl Report.
I'm going to put you guys a little challenge for you guys.
I read a teleprompter for a living. I should be able to do this.
Yeah, you should be able to crush this.
We will come back. More Ben and Woods next on The Fan. Final hour of Ben and Woods for the week.
We still have an hour?
We do.
Good God.
This is the same morning we had Coach O on the show.
Seems like months
It
ago.
does. This morning at 7 if you missed it.
You guys want to hear that again at 9:30?
At Orgeron. We were going to talk some college football at 9:30. It wouldn't be the worst idea, but he was amazing, like he was the last time we talked to him a few years ago. That guy is a bundle of energy.
Probably get him on for next Friday, too.
Why not?
Could, possibly.
Why not?
The Darren Coach O double in the 7 o'clock hour every Friday. All guests appear on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Before we get to the Reindl Report, it is time to announce our biggest fan this morning. If you hear your name called, you're going to have...
I'm playing that clip, and there's a lot of cursing.
Yeah, you can't...
Don't play that clip. Do not stop playing that clip.
Sorry. It was an accident.
If you hear your name called, you're going to have 10 minutes to call us back at 833-288-0973. Qualify for the grand prize, 20 tickets for you, your friends, for a night in our Odyssey Suite at a Padres game next season with all of the fan staff, catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. You can register your name at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan, or call now if you are Rafael Galvan from El Cajon. Rafael Galvan of El Cajon. You are on the clock now, 833-288-0973. The clip that you were playing was Wally Backman screaming at his minor league charges, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And yes, so I saw it. It jumped up, and I don't think you'd ever heard it before, but he walks into the locker room and just lights these dudes
Did
up.
Kyle Shanahan do the same last night to George Pickens?
Maybe. No.
Not Kyle Shanahan. Schottenheimer.
Brian
Schottenheimer. I don't know why I get the Schottenheimer Shanahan's confused.
I don't think Kyle Shanahan was there last
He probably
night.
was not. He coaches the 49ers.
Head coach.
He coaches the
49ers.
49ers.
Is he the head coach?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably busy.
Brian Schottenheimer.
That'd be funny if he called also
He would,
at George Pickens after the game. I need more effort from you.
Yeah.
I was just playing that clip, and it's fantastic. I mean, like,
But you can't play it on the air.
I mean, I told Paulie, could you edit that and get it up? And he said, yeah, you give me about 30 days. I can get that. It's just F word after F word.
It's a Tommy Lasorda-esque rant.
I'll watch any Wally Backman
Anything.
Baseball video, though. He's
unbelievable. He's incredible. I want to be coached like that.
If you haven't ever seen it,
go look it up.
You go on YouTube after Ben and Woods, of course. Search Wally Backman Peanuts.
Yeah, Peanuts.
That was the team. They had like a documentary crew following this independent baseball team for a season. The umpire ejection with Wally Backman. It's one of the greatest videos I've ever seen on YouTube. It made me laugh.
Apparently,
so hard.
That's frowned upon in minor B Little League. Apparently, it is because I don't think I can let it rip like that.
It's interesting, though, that Wally Backman, I don't believe, is currently coaching or managing. That's not a style that professional teams really look for.
I think
anymore.
in indie ball, it doesn't matter.
No, but like,
is he not managing at all?
I don't think so. It's 2023. He and the Long Island Ducks of the Atlantic League parted ways. The last thing that was listed in his professional bio.
If you asked me, even after hearing that rant, hey, would you let 7-year-old Bo Woods play for him? I would say, unquestionably. Unquestionably, I would be like, here.
Fans definitely want that.
Oh, yes.
That's what fans want to hear from the coach.
Yes.
Half of the Padres fans are saying, why didn't we hire Wally
Why didn't we get Wally Backman
as our manager? You don't think Craig Stammen's going to be screaming at the team like that?
Yeah. No, I doubt it very much.
But there's a reason why it doesn't play on the big league level anymore.
That's
All right,
true.
Paul, you ready for some headlines? Let's get to it. Reindl
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right. Happy Friday, gentlemen.
Happy Friday, buddy.
We made it. All right, let's start off in the NBA. All good things must come to an end. LeBron James had his double-digit point streak end last night after he only scored 8 points in the Lakers' 123-120 win over the Raptors. He had a run of 1,297 consecutive games where he scored double digits.
That's more games played than all but 25 players in the history of the NBA,
And
just in total games played, and he scored double digits in every single one.
That is unbelievable.
The streak started back on January 6th, 2007. I was 16 years old.
Wow.
That was before the iPhone 1 came out.
I got all of it. Let's see here.
Can you go game by game, each game, and how many points he scored? I'll sit back.
The iPhone didn't exist. Instagram, most of the apps that we use, they didn't exist. The Harry Potter series was about halfway through.
Okay.
Kevin Durant wasn't even in the league yet. And Nick Saban had just left the Miami Dolphins.
Wow. He had not even embarked on his momentous run in Alabama
journey.
Yesterday was the 9th game in LeBron James's career where he scored less than 10 point single digits.
So only 9 in his whole career.
The
9
first
games
8 were all obviously
prior to
rookie,
2006. Yeah. He's made it to the NBA Finals 10 times. He's played in 10 NBA Finals. He's got 9 games where he scored 9 or less.
The way it ended was pretty legendary as well.
Yeah, LeBron James had the ball in his hand with
Tie
the
game.
tie game, clock winding down. He's got the ball. He actually dishes it out to Rui Hachimura, who hits the game-winning 3. Wow. And everyone goes, he could have had his chance for at least 10 or even 11 there, but he decided to find the open man, gave up the ball. He was asked about it after the game. Do you have any thoughts? He goes, absolutely not. We won. Move on. Next question.
If you're going to lose a streak like that.
Yeah, do it on the game-winning assist.
Do it on the game-winning assist.
For
That's
sure.
the best way you can possibly lose that streak.
All right, JJ Redick said, the basketball gods, if you do it the right way, they tend to reward you. He's fine. Relax.
Or was LeBron thinking, Rui's going to miss this. I'll have all of overtime
Yeah,
to keep
to
the
get
streak going. It's like, Rui, man, yeah, you made that? Oh, no way.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
Yeah, pretty wild. I like some of those stats where it's just like 1,200 games or whatever, 1,300 games. That is a long time. All right, we'll move over to college sports. Saw some news here regarding Michigan State. Now, we talked a couple of weeks ago about San Diego State. They got a very awesome, generous donation from, I can't remember his name, but the CEO of Blenders Eyewear. He donated $5 million to the Aztecs athletic program and the basketball team, and that's going to go towards NIL and, improving the facilities, all that. Really awesome. He's been overshadowed just a little bit in the grand scheme of things around the NCAA landscape, because Greg and Don Williams, they made a very historic commitment to Michigan State University and
$6 million.
MSU athletics. 12. A little bit more than that. Any other guesses?
12.
50 million. 50 million.
50 million.
10 times what they got at San Diego State.
Yeah. No, it was they made a $401 million commitment to the Michigan State Athletic Department. So Greg Williams, he's the CEO of Acrisure, and I don't know much more about Acrisure other than that.
How's that
legal?
$400 million. What do you do with it?
You can donate what you want to your school.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it to football, is it just for football or the whole athletic department?
No, it's the whole athletic program.
Still, you're limited to 23 million, the new rules? I mean, you just funded all the NIL for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years almost, 50, 18 years.
Says here, of the total $401 million, $290 million will be used in support of Spartan athletics as part of their For Sparta campaign. The Capital
NIL.
Initiative, NIL, yeah. It says this gift will accelerate MSU's ability to compete nationally and build a sustainable foundation for long-term success while putting college athletics on notice that Michigan State has the resources to be an industry leader.
There's going to be guys leaving the NFL to go play at Michigan State.
Yeah, right.
I believe I have another year of eligibility, so I'll just suit up for you guys. What in the world? This is some sort of tax shelter, I'm sure of it.
It's just, you look at the apples and oranges of like San Diego State and the college scene here,
Paulie, it's
and then you look everywhere. I know, I understand.
Alabama doesn't have a booster that gives $401 million.
I say San Diego State because I think about how excited, and for good reason. How excited we all were about that $5 million donation. And then you see this and you're like, good God.
Tim makes a good point. He says, not 400, but 401 million. What? What?
I don't know the significance.
Did he come to
of
the
that.
athletic director and says, I would like to donate 400 million to your program?
I'm
And
going to
he
need
goes,
401.
I'm going to need 401. Can you give me another million?
All right, fine. Drive a hard bargain. There's something extremely
I don't
shady
know.
and untoward about this.
There had to have been a rhyme or reason to the 401.
How
Not
do you
exactly
love Michigan
sure.
State that much? Everybody likes their school. That much? You love them that much?
Magic Johnson went there.
He did?
They had a good basketball team for many years under Tom Izzo. I don't know they haven't been as good lately.
Well,
Football
they're
team's
about to
not
be good
that
now.
good.
They're going to be good now.
I don't know.
You
Is
would
that,
think.
or
They
does
just
every
got
school have
better.
that much money? I don't know. Because Alabama probably has $8 billion, and it's fine.
Man. All right. Well, congrats to the Michigan State Spartans.
And finally,
Quite a windfall.
we will wrap it up here. A lot of companies are starting to do. We talked about Spotify Wrapped yesterday and Apple Music. A lot of companies are starting to do. Hey, here's your top search trends and most Googled terms.
Still
and
waiting
everything
on
like
our
that.
favorite, though. Still waiting on the old corn tub. It has not come out yet.
Corn Tub. I was expecting it today. I would expect it next Friday.
By
I was
next
kind of
Friday.
looking at like past year in reviews that they've done. Last year was the 12th. So
Okay.
next Friday is the 12th. That seems like a good day.
All right.
But Babbel, they have teamed up with the closed captioning company, the Captioning Group, and they were able to put together the most mispronounced words of 2025. We can start. I've printed out these words. I can't tell you the words because I don't want to tell you how they're supposed to be
Right. So
pronounced.
you have to try to read
But
them.
I've printed them off and I've handed them over to you guys. Let's start. Let's go 5-1.
Okay.
Number 5. This person's been in the news for a few years. I know way too much about this story. Do you have any idea who this is? This person?
I don't think I've even said this one on the news, so I don't know.
He's a guy from South Carolina who is now in prison because he murdered his wife and his son. They're a very long-standing, famous, wealthy family in South Carolina that you don't mess with. It's the drama behind this story from like the last 5 years has been unbelievable. I've watched a documentary on it. But do you know who that is?
I don't know how to say this one. So, Woods, would you like to try it?
I'll say Alex Murdo.
I'm going to go.
Incorrect.
If it's mispronounced, I'm going to go with Alex Murdoch.
Close.
Murdoch?
No. It's Murdoch.
That's what I said. Murdoch.
But it's Alec.
Oh, Alec Murdoch. Even though it's an X.
Yes.
I didn't know.
Alex, but he goes by Alec Murdoch.
Alec
Murdoch.
Yeah.
Alec Murdoch is accused of murder.
Idiot. Murdoch.
Murdoch.
It's not funny when
right there in the name
loses their life.
All right, the next one's easy.
You need to go watch a documentary or a story on the Murdoch family murder. It's unbelievable.
Okay.
The lengths that they go to cover it up.
Sure, Hannah's seen it.
The history that they have with the law, anything that ever happened to that family, they were able to just brush it under the rug. It's wild. All right, number 4. You guys want to give this one a
That
shot?
one's easy, right?
Acetaminophen.
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 Easy.
Gave a lot of people some trouble this year.
All right,
but
this next one got me in.
all right, this one.
You've been there. I've not been there.
Woodsy has been there. They've been in the news
Big
because
heist
of a
at the
jewelry
museum
heist
in Paris.
Yes. What is the famous museum in Paris called?
That's the Louvre.
Pretty good. Yeah, it's the
Yes.
Louvre.
The Louvre.
There's almost a r at the end, but not quite a r.
The Louvre.
It says
The
here
Louvre.
there is technically a little
Yes,
The
a little
Louvre.
tiny at the end. Louvre.
Louvre.
It's not
the
Louvre.
Louvre.
It's not Louvre.
It's not the Louvre.
It's not the Louvre.
No, it's not the Louvre.
And it's not the Louvre.
Louvre.
It's the Louvre.
Louvre.
The Louvre.
The Louvre.
Louvre.
Okay.
I think Ben's a little bit closer.
They're very close.
The Louvre. But yes, that was a very popular search trend and a very popular mispronounced word this year.
Somebody I said in the chat I mispronounced niche earlier. But I didn't, right? Doesn't that how you say that? N-I-C-H-E, niche?
That's how I say it. Niche.
It's niche. Did I say niche?
Niche.
I always
niche.
Can't you say
Some people say niche.
Yeah, I
They're
think
the
you can
same?
say both.
I think either is okay.
I think you can say both, if I'm not mistaken.
niche?
I thought I always say niche.
Niches get stitches.
That's right.
Niches get steeches.
Niches get steeches. Don't ask me to do dishes. One of my favorite. We haven't played that in forever either. We'd like to hear that at some point.
Well, you can.
Don't ask me to do dishes.
Nothing.
Dishes. This will be me on Sunday.
This is the
When the Irish don't get into the playoff on Sunday, this is going to be me at my house.
This was probably 6-7 years ago,
Easily.
and it was a Steelers fan who his team just lost in the playoffs.
You're gonna find me dead! I'm gonna kill myself! Don't ask me to do nothing! This is nothing!
It's furious.
His girlfriend is just recording him. He's just pacing. Don't ask me to do dishes.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I'm not. That's the one. That's the best because he's in pain from his team losing, and he knows what's coming next.
Don't ask me to do nothing!
That he knows he's going to be asked
I
to
just
do
let
something.
you watch a 3-hour game. Now I need
Get your
you to
ass in the
get
kitchen.
in the kitchen.
Probably
and
a
do
1
some
o'clock start. It's
dishes.
probably we're talking like
4
4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Sunday. Yeah.
This is nothing!
Yeah. Don't ask me to do anything, okay? I'm not doing anything. I do get that way around Padres games where I'm like in the playoffs, I'm like, look, whatever you have for me, I'm unavailable. I'm not around. I don't go to those extremes of you're going to find me dead, but
Don't ask me to do nothing!
dishes.
This is nothing!
It's the best. Hope that guy's
That gets
okay.
me every time.
All right, number 2,
All right, number 2. It's a weight loss drug.
Manjaro.
I think that's right. Manjaro.
This one is saying now they do the parentheses for the pronunciation. It says MOWN.
Manjaro.
Well, I think everyone's saying it wrong.
Oh, I've been saying Manjaro.
Everybody
I've been
might
saying
be saying it
Manjaro.
wrong, but you are saying it the way everybody else is
Manjaro.
saying.
Manjaro.
It is
Manjaro.
MOUN, so like mound.
Mountain.
I think we're thinking like Kilimanjaro, but it's
But it's not, that's
Kilimanjaro.
not it.
Moundjaro.
And finally, the number 1 most mispronounced words of 2025. He was elected mayor of New York City last month. Do
I
you
have
know
had to say
person's
this one
name?
on television a few times.
Okay, you go ahead and I'll copy.
You want to? No,
No,
you,
you
go
should
first.
go first,
You
I think, Woods.
Zoran Mamdani.
Very good.
Thank
Zoran Mamdani.
Thank you.
Yep. Pretty
I'm
good.
sweating that a little bit more than I should have. All of those.
That was fun.
That was fun.
You can see me do the exact same thing on the 4 o'clock news this afternoon.
Why does it have to be 4? You're only
I
anchoring
know.
the 4?
The early news today.
Just the 4
Just the
o'clock?
4?
I believe so.
My kids are going to be so disappointed.
Why? Oh, because you're not around.
Yeah,
at
we have
4?
a flag
I
football
thought that was
game.
perfect for you guys because you go to bed at 5:15
I'll watch.
as soon as it gets dark.
Well, we have a football game. Otherwise, we would be.
Oh, okay.
Playing for 3rd place,
Ooh,
which is weird.
the bronze medal.
Yeah,
game.
the bronze
Sometimes
medal
that's
game.
the big one because when you're playing for first, you know you're guaranteed gold or silver.
Yeah.
But when you play for third, it's bronze or nothing.
So when the Padres make the World Series, you're fine with it because they got the silver? I don't think so. You're playing for the championship.
True.
So now you go play for the 3rd place game, but they get a chance to play another football game. It gives us something to do. So I'm in.
You believe in consolation games like this? You don't really.
No, not really.
Like you wouldn't want to see the losers of the league championship series
No.
play for 3rd place.
God, no.
Like the opposite days of the World Series.
And I love
Here's our
playoffs.
3rd
Oh, yeah.
place
I love
series.
playoffs, but absolutely not.
Because they'll do that at the
Brewers,
World Cup.
Mariners.
There's a 3rd place
Yeah.
game at the World Cup.
Brewers, Mariners,
Yeah.
I'm good. I've seen enough of both of you. You both piss me off. So
The conference champions and the football. There's the Super Bowl and the 3rd place
yeah,
bowl
forget it.
between the losers. No.
I'm really not in, but again, for these kids, it gets them the chance to go play another game and keeps them out of trouble, Ben, on a Friday
Right.
night. Yeah.
All right, we have last pair of tickets to Zach Bryan. We'll give those away when we come back. And then we'll look ahead conference championship weekend in college football. All ahead with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, we've already spent an inordinate amount of time talking about Eco Water this morning. If you missed that, you're going to want to go back and listen at 6 a.m. But no, Eco Water is simply the best. We've got the Eco Water system in our home. Wife actually texted me a picture earlier. She said, you mentioned yesterday we may need to add, you have to add a little salt in it. And she said, we're good. We are. And it's been like a year. It's so easy. They put it in and you just get bottled quality water out of every faucet and tap in your home. That's why we have it in our home. We wanted to make sure we did not subject our children and ourselves to hard water, not just rough on your skin. It's destroying your plumbing, your appliances, and water heater, but it's the best tasting water out there. You add the alkaline filters, your hydration gets a healthy boost. The skin is better. The hair feels better. Coffee tastes better. Everything is better with Eco Water. So try the Soft Life and alkaline water now, just $9.95 a month. Call 760-350-3338 or go to ecowatersocal.com. Let them know your old pal Woodsy sent you down there, please. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. Keeping it soft since 1925.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
So we're almost a half an hour into this World Cup draw show. I have yet to see a single ball drawn out of a single bowl. Robbie Williams was telling me, English singer, was just performing. And the funny thing is, I saw the lineup. They said they had special drawing assistants like Tom Brady, Aaron Judge, Shaquille O'Neal,
Jelly Roll.
And Paulie said this morning, surprised Kevin Hart's not going to be there.
He is.
He just popped up on the stage. He's absolutely there on the stage.
You said that. I thought you were joking. I looked up. I go, oh, there he is.
There is. Missing. Who's the other usual suspect? Snoop Dogg.
Yep.
Snoop Dogg, Jelly Roll. Who else do you see? Pat McAfee. Who am I missing?
This is Fox. I would expect to see like Ken Jeong.
Yeah, Ken Jeong does a lot of stuff for them.
Yep.
Who's the guy that used to do all the imitations of coaches and stuff?
Oh, Frank Caliendo.
Ryan Seacrest.
should
be there.
Yeah.
Oh. Kevin Hart was there.
So far, no drawing, just
a lot of hype.
Just a lot of hype and performances and stuff.
Yeah, it's I like to get to the meat of it. They usually give you like one out of the chute, and then they drag it out.
I saw someone say this could be an email. This could all be handled in an email.
A tweet, just a tweet.
I think about when they do Selection Sunday for like the March Madness tournament. 68 teams.
Yep.
You're just, as soon as your school is heard, and if you get it in that first region, you're like, oh, thank God, I can just turn this off. I don't care.
100%. Super Bowl again. Like when do they kick the ball? That's what I want to know. When do they actually do the kickoff? Because I want to be there for that. But
we thought the Super Bowl pregame show was long. This is a 6-month pregame show now for the World Cup soccer actually beginning.
Indeed.
So nothing happening as of yet. We do want to remind everybody that we are teaming up with Hop Run Tours for an unforgettable trip to the Windy City next summer to watch San Diego take on Chicago, one of the most historic stadiums in all of baseball. This package from Hop Run Tours will include round-trip airfare, hotel accommodations for 3 nights at a 4-star hotel, a stadium tour, and tickets to 2 games, plus a group dinner with Ben and Woods. Visit 973thefan.sd.com/Chicago for all the details. This special fan trip brought to you by Hop Run Tours, who handles all the travel and event details. 97.3 The Fan is proud to promote this package. And Woods, what did you hear from our friend David J. with Hop Run?
Said, listen, I am very confident we will sell out this weekend. So if folks are on the fence, they're going to have to decide soon.
Limited spots available.
I'll keep a waiting list in case anyone backs out. But if they're going to lock in a spot, now's the time. What a phenomenal Christmas or holiday gift.
Carlos asks in the chat, what stadium will we be visiting again?
We can't say specifically.
Schmigley Field.
What Chicago team Purple wants to know?
The
Mubs.
Yeah, the Mubs.
The Mubs.
Not the Schmite Sox.
No.
So we will be there. I cannot wait for this trip. Cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun. And we'll be broadcasting for a few shows while we're out there. Going to be hanging with you guys. Please don't keep Ben out too late painting the town. We need him fresh for the shows. No, that's fair.
Let's paint the town.
I'm going to make reservations for us because we're going out actually a day early on Sunday. What sounds good? Italian?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Or do you want a steakhouse? Do you want?
Ooh, that could be good too. We're probably going to get. I definitely need some pizza. I definitely need some hot dogs while we're there. Those are both
we're not
absolutely critical. But if we're going out,
the 3 of us
Chicago
dinner.
Midwest steak does sound appealing.
Okay, I was going to actually book the Italian restaurant.
Let's do the Italian. It's fine.
You're such a pushover. Do you want steak?
Mike Ditka's Steakhouse.
It's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It is pretty good.
I figured it was a little more novelty than.
But I was
going
to book Gibson's or Carmine's.
Ooh, Carmine's.
They're both. They're both phenomenal. Phenomenal.
You're the Chicago man.
All right, you're gonna trust my word.
You. I trust your judge. I won't even do any research.
I was gonna say. I bet he runs to his phone and looks up his.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm
just
gonna trust Woods and
Eat Her. And he has an app called Eat Her, and he looks up all their different restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
Do you promise that you won't go research?
I promise.
Okay.
I won't.
You trust my judgment?
I trust your knowledge of Chicago.
All right.
And your judgment.
Okay. Steakhouse is a steakhouse.
Now, once you've officially made reservations, I may look just to see at the menu, just to see what I might want to get.
No problemo. No
Because
problem.
I hate when I haven't seen the menu and I arrive at a restaurant.
I don't go in cold anymore.
And then I have to make the decision.
No.
And sometimes it's a big menu, and I go,
I have the whole thing planned before I get there.
I want to pre-plan.
Oh, yeah.
I pre-plan and I still am a mess. Like they come around, I'm like, yeah, take her order first and then I'll be ready.
Really? I throw some specials at you. I leave room for flexibility. Like if I'm so moved, I can be inspired by something else. I don't always have it 100% locked in when I go, but I do tend to look at the menu before I arrive.
Yeah, I usually have my whole meal planned out. So, all right, Carmine's it is.
Hot beef.
That we will definitely be eating hot beef there as well. So get on it. How do they get their trip again?
Again, go to 97.3 The Fan. SD.com/Chicago. 97.3thefan SD.com. That pretty much starts every single one of our website things. This one ends in /Chicago. 97.3thefan SD.com /Chicago.
I can't wait.
Looking forward to it. All right, before we go, let's give away some tickets. Last pair of tickets to see Zach Bryan at Snapdragon Stadium next summer. Well, you've confused the heck out of me this week with all your country music comparisons. Zach Bryan at Snapdragon Stadium next summer, July 31st. You can get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com, but call 833-288-0973. Fifth caller, going to get one more pair of tickets to Zach Bryan next summer at Snapdragon Stadium. We'll come back, talk a little college football, give you an update if there's any World Cup balls drawn at all. Next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
right, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
When we next talk to you on Monday, we will be joined by Sam Levitt. We'll be in Orlando, Florida at the MLB Winter Meetings. I believe they technically kind of begin Sunday. You check in, you get your badge, lanyard, and get the lay of the land. But officially Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
That Sunday night, that's the big night for the hotel bar.
Straight to the bar.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't know that Sammy goes straight to the bar, but he will be there on Sunday.
Probably better be. That's where all the
That's where everything happens. Yeah. That's where the reporters hang out.
He better be down there.
GM
If he's
stop
just
by.
in his room, I'm like, what are you doing?
So just go have a soda water, if you don't want to get tanked up.
He will be on our show every single morning with updates from the winter meetings. Will there be some big signings? There are still big name free agent pitchers available, even though Dylan Cease already signed and a few others. Framber Valdez is still out there. Yep. Tetsuya Imai from Japan. Ranger Suarez, of course. Michael King is still on the market. Zach Gallen still on the market as well. A few others. We talked earlier about the trade market. Johan Oviedo acquired by the Red Sox from the Pirates.
Yep.
Pirates might be interested in trading another pitcher at some point.
We're going to hear from Scott Boras next week, I'm sure, but we're
More
also
puns?
going to hear from
Ben
Boras.
I got to come up with some new non-Boras represented puns because every player, even if you're not represented by Scott Boras, deserves some good punnage at the winter meetings.
Ben Boras. It's one of my favorite things.
I look forward to it every year.
Probably not yours.
No, I mean, there's a little pressure that last year's I thought fell fairly flat.
What do you like more or dislike more? Maybe Ben Boras or Ben Mocks the Draft. They're very similar.
Ben Mocks the Draft is actually even harder for me.
It's so hard.
Sometimes the baseball puns just come flowing out of me.
Yes.
I'm almost as good or even better than Scott Boras at
All right,
times.
settle down. All right. Jeez.
The football ones are tougher.
It's unbelievable.
He's unreal. The self-pouching is unbelievable.
Well, it's more that some of Scott Boras's are really bad.
They're really bad.
Really bad.
Yeah. But that's what we like about them.
True.
So I can't wait.
This hour on 97 Through the Fan is brought to you by Mission Fed. From first accounts to big life moments, Mission Fed can help. Saving shouldn't be stressful. Mission Fed makes it easier with great rates on savings, certificates, and ultra money market accounts. Grow your money the smart way. Check the latest rates and open an account at missionfed.com. Membership and account criteria apply. I actually did something very financially responsible yesterday.
What'd you do?
Well, I used to remember a long time ago, I worked across the street, and I had like a 401k from them.
You rolled it over?
I rolled it over into my current one. Finally. It requires a few steps, and they send you a check that's made out to your new company, and then you send that in. So I think I just delayed it forever. It was just been sitting there for years.
The check or the
401? The 401k.
Okay.
They're now sending me that. It's not I didn't work there that long, so it's not an insane amount, but it's like, it's better to have it all in one place.
Well,
than
thanks for
piecemeal.
not supporting their bottom line anymore. I appreciate it.
I don't think that's their.
Do you want to give them some ratings?
I think it's the company,
right?
Not the company, like the investment company that has your money. Whether it's, I think, Fidelity and Vanguard are the big ones that hold on to a lot of 401ks.
This is embarrassing to admit.
You
but have you? I mean, yeah, I have 401k. But I just checked it the other day. It's not great, but
do you do the full match? You got to do the company match.
I don't know.
Take advantage of the company match.
Have you ever pulled yours early?
I took a loan out once on it.
Yeah, I've taken a loan out before, but have you ever said, just give me the whole thing?
I did not.
I did.
You did?
You
pulled it. No wonder it's not doing that well.
I did it when
years ago
when we got canned at 1090.
Yeah.
I was just,
give me the money. They're like, all right, 70% goes to us. You're like, it's fine. I'll take it.
Yeah. I was just like, look.
I mean, it's taxed, but if you take it out too, it's penalties too.
100%. That's
the worst.
The dumbest thing you can ever do. And I've done it.
I had to get approved. I had to make sure I did a little bit of homework. Like, I didn't get any penalties. I was taxed like a mother on it.
I know.
But I was just like, look, we had just lost our job. I was literally moving like a month later.
Yes, you needed that
horrible
cash.
timing. And I'm like, look, at the end of the day, this amount of money, it was life-changing at that time, like in the moment.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like,
it feels shameful though, doesn't it? Like
you feel like you've just, you're like, I am so.
I was like, this money's going to go a lot further now than.
You earned that money. You were doing something good. You're saving that money, but it shouldn't feel shameful to have to use it at some point.
I remember, I can vividly remember calling, and the guy's like, are you sure?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
this?
yes.
It's like you're doing a drug deal.
Are you
something.
sure?
Like, are you a junkie? You're like, maybe a little bit, but that's not what this is for. I need new furniture. But I honestly think, and do you think I'd know? I've worked for so many different companies where I had 401k. I'm sure I still have 401ks floating around out there.
Yeah.
How do I find out?
That's what I was trying to figure out. I go, okay, let's get these in the same place.
Is there a way to find out that? Because I can think of at least 3 companies. I can think of at least 3 companies I worked at that I'm like, I don't remember pulling any out, and I don't remember rolling anything over.
But like Ben just mentioned, like 2, Fidelity and Vanguard are like 2 very popular ones. You don't know. You'd have to go back and be like, all right, that company that I worked for in 2005, were they a Fidelity group? Or were
I have no idea.
You should be getting like mailed statements at some point.
So many times.
Hopefully they find you eventually. Yeah. Do people just lose their 401ks at some point? Like, I haven't seen a statement from that company in years. Does it still exist?
Or have they gone bankrupt? Told you this story about that 88-year-old man yesterday.
Right.
He worked for GM for 60 years.
Pension gone.
They go bankrupt. There goes your pension.
How do if I don't remember the name of the
company you worked at?
No, I know the names of the companies
Then
I
you're
worked
screwed.
at. I know the names of the companies I worked at. How do I find out? Oh, okay, here we go. There's a website that finds your 401ks.
I'm sure there is.
Give me one if you could.
No,
because
you should not be looking up
You're
or
gonna somehow
Googling
get
anything.
scammed somehow.
Do not look this
end up owing more money.
Yes, sir. Please give me your social security.
Send me.
We'll
find all your 401ks.
We're gonna send it to you on iTunes gift cards.
Yes. No, you should not look up anything about.
Yeah, that's a good point, Paulie.
You're gonna go down a rabbit hole, start submitting information. It's a bad idea.
Which is gonna end up giving his 401k away. Yeah. You think that they would have found me by now, but if they have your money, they're not real eager to let you get it.
Notify you. Like, this is going to let us hold on to it. We're just going to keep holding on to it.
Isn't it amazing that I've never bought a timeshare?
It is amazing.
Yeah.
You've never bought a timeshare.
That is one I was scared off early on.
I almost want to buy one just so I can get out of one with that guy who gets you out of the timeshare. What's his name?
That guy talks like this.
The guy that talks like this.
Coach
I will
O.
get you. I am not a lawyer. I've never met a lawyer I like, but I will get you out of your timeshare.
No,
Sounds fun.
Never
Makes it
bought a
sound fun.
timeshare.
Wesley Hoagland.
It's weird though. I know like two people very well. Adam is one of them. We've talked about his experience with the timeshare. I have another, like one of my closest friends. He goes, "Oh yeah, me and my wife took our daughter to Hawaii. We did a timeshare thing." He goes, "It was as amazing as it sounds." Like he goes, we went to one 20-minute meeting. They were just like, "Yeah, we know you're not going to buy this. We know you're just here for the free trip. That's fine. We just have to do these meetings." They got their quotas too. And he goes, "Never heard from them again. Enjoyed 4 nights in Hawaii."
Then I'm actually surprised that he over here hasn't employed that strategy more. Let's check traffic.
Oh, hang on.
Now it's too late.
Now I gotta reset.
He's got to
Oh,
reset.
no.
Start. Kelly's got it. We got to give Kelly the cue. Kelly, ready in 3, 2, 1, go.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danek.
Pretty impressive wrap-up for our morning drive. Yeah, no real trouble spots to contend with. Crashes cleared northbound 5 at E Street. They got that accident out of the way northbound 125 before Lemon. Things are running pretty smoothly all around the county. I'm Kelly Danek with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
They actually make the football watching fairly simple this weekend for college fans. They don't overlap too many of the good games. There's actually 4 games tonight. The biggest one is number 24 North Texas against number 20 Tulane in the American Athletic Conference Championship game. That's 5 o'clock on ABC, which is my network. That's why I'm not anchoring. Now I know why I'm not anchoring after the 4 o'clock.
There you go.
Because we got college football on tonight right after my 4 o'clock news tonight. And then you've got UNLV Boise State at Fox on the same time. So if you want to watch the Mountain West Championship, but the AAC game is actually much more important. 4 o'clock on ESPN is Troy, James Madison. James Madison could get into the playoff as well if things break the right way, if they win today. So that's a somewhat important game on ESPN.
That's
tomorrow,
today.
5 games, but the big 3, 9 a.m. BYU, Texas Tech. Number 11, BYU. Your Notre Dame Fighting Irish. You're going to be watching that one very closely.
Okay. Who am I? I'm rooting.
You're rooting for Texas Tech.
For Tech.
Because BYU wins, they're automatically in. And if Texas Tech loses, they're probably still in anyway because they're number 4. They're not going to drop 8 spots.
Right.
So that means both of them get in, which means someone gets bumped out. And it could be Notre Dame. So that's the first game. That's the Big 12 championship. Then at 1 o'clock, ABC again. We've got Georgia, Alabama, SEC championship.
Rooting for Georgia.
Number 3, Georgia. Number 9, Alabama. Yeah, you'd be rooting for Georgia. Doesn't mean a loss by Alabama knocks them out. I think that's why they moved them up to 9. So they didn't have to knock them out if they lost. But if they win, they're definitely in. And Georgia ain't going anywhere.
3 losses,
yes.
right? Cool.
No,
Awesome.
if they lose, they'd have 3. They have 2
Alabama?
now. Yeah.
Yeah,
if they win,
that's what I'm
they're
saying.
in for
Three
sure
losses.
with 2. And then finally, you've got 2 games at 5 o'clock. You got the Duke-Virginia game. The winner, not necessarily in. If Duke wins, they may not get in.
They have 5 losses.
So they probably won't get in. Virginia gets in. They're number 17 if they win.
12-team playoff.
That's the
with 5
ACC
losses.
championship.
Oh
but the one that everyone is waiting for, number 1 versus number 2, the league rivals that never played each other this year, Ohio State, Indiana, the Big Ten championship on Fox at 5 o'clock. The winner, of course, gets the number 1 overall seed in the playoff and the bye. The loser still has an argument that they should get a bye. Remember, you don't have to win your conference to get a bye anymore. That changed this year. So the loser may still get the 3 or the 4 seed, but the winner is definitely getting the number 1 seed and goes in undefeated as the only undefeated team in the country.
So nervous.
Yeah, you're a big Texas Tech Red Raider fan.
Again.
That's right. You did
life
you
comes
went
full
there for a
circle.
while.
Yeah, life comes full circle.
You actually get to cheer for your alma mater.
Guns up,
to help your
everybody.
favorite team. Is that what they say?
Yeah, guns up.
Doesn't seem politically
Not
correct anymore.
right?
You and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, me and Patty Mahomes and Bam Morris. Listen, got my 10 wins. I gotta be happy, I guess. And the number 4 recruiting class, you just roll with it. But I sure hope they get in. But yeah,
if it was up to Coach O, you wouldn't have a chance. He liked the 4-team play.
Bro, if it was up to Coach O, it would be Ohio State.
It might be just the UPI voting for the champion at the end of the year.
Yeah, for
whatever
sure.
that is.
Going to be some good games, man. It's fun. It's fun
and simple. It's not a million games. It's just keep watching them starting tonight and into tomorrow. Plenty of good college football.
I, for one, can't wait to see James Madison in a playoff.
The one argument against the 12-team playoff is that these games aren't quite as important. Like
not at all.
You know, the loser of Ohio State, Indiana is still
going
right, and probably getting a bye. So it diminishes a little bit the importance of that game. It's not as big as it would have been, but that's
this year.
It shouldn't be. It's not a playoff game. It's just a conference championship game. Some years
there's going to be conference championships, plenty where they will decide who goes on to the.
If you want the highest stakes game is clearly North Texas Tulane. The winner of that game gets in, and the loser is out.
That
awesome. Is the biggest game.
It just sucks because
of the weekend. It's just not the big names, but that's the one that's undoubtedly a play in, and you're going to be in game.
So sick. Love that. When's that one?
That's tonight at 5 on ABC.
All right, cool.
Oh, my buddy Alex, big Tulane guy.
Really?
He
went to Tulane.
The Green Wave.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tulane's in New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, I hope everybody has a good weekend. What's on the agenda? Golf?
Not at the moment. We have to do more decorating around the house.
Yeah. Did you get the tree up?
Did get the tree up.
Nice.
Yes.
Attaboy.
Undecorated. But the tree is up. Yeah, we have to get the stockings out.
The whole
wife and I are going to the debut tonight. I think it's the first night of the Holiday Winterland Market. What are they calling it? At Petco
Holiday
Park?
Wonderland at Petco Park.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Which would have been the Mountain West Championship game had both San Diego State and SDFC won and hosted, but neither happened. So Holiday Wonderland it up, Paulie. Enjoy
Have a good
yourself.
weekend, everybody. All the tier ones love you.
All right, that is it for us. We will talk to you again Monday morning. Sammy will be live from the winter meetings. Until then, for executive producer Paul Reindl and Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your Friday from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.